LoveLore Library. Chapter 697. Cries of surprise came from the cheering group. Everyone was clearly shocked by this result. This was different from what they had imagined. Yunzhe's strength was only below Yunfan and Yunpeng, and Yunpeng had even been defeated by Yunzhe. Although Yunyu was also one of the best of the younger generation, if they were to really fight, she would definitely not be a match for Yunzhe. When the Yun family saw Yunzhe lying in a pool of blood, all sorts of feelings welled up in their hearts. Of course they knew Yunzhe's difficulties. Yunzhe had always been righteous and kind since he was young. It was truly too difficult for him to fight against little sister Yunyu. While the crowd was discussing, the black-clothed guard had already arrived at the stage. Without waiting for the black-clothed guard to announce the result, Yunyu suddenly shouted, "Wait! I give up on this round, I will withdraw from the Patriarch's election." Another round of exclamations rang out. The black-clothed guard of the Yun family was about to announce that Yunyu had won the competition and become the last candidate for the position of young patriarch. However, this sudden turn of events caused the black-clothed guard to be stunned for a moment. Yunzhe endured the pain in his body and shouted for Yunyu. Without waiting for Yunzhe to continue, Yunyu gave him a brilliant smile and interrupted Yunzhe's words, "Cousin Yunzhe, you must obtain the position of young patriarch. From now on, little sister Yue will follow you." Yunyu had already made up her mind. As soon as she finished speaking, her beautiful figure jumped off the stage and returned to her parents' cheering group. Yunzhe's heart was filled with mixed feelings. He looked at Yunyu's nimble back and a resolute look appeared in his eyes. Yunzhe has won the second match of the second round. Now that the three candidates for the young patriarch have appeared, we can enter the second round of the family martial competition, the great competition. The voice of the black-clothed guard rang out. The first round of the martial competition had come to an end. The second round of the competition was just like its name. It was a competition between the various forces behind the three candidates. The more powerful the candidate was, the more people would naturally think highly of him and support him. Yunzhe and the other two candidates were already standing on the training field. Most of the people in the cheering group had a dejected look on their faces. This was because their children had already been eliminated. What happened next was obviously not important to them. However, there were three groups of people who became even more excited. They were the families of Yunzhe, Yunfan, and Yunbeishan. On the martial arts field, Yunfan stood with his hands behind his back, standing in the middle of the three of them. His line of sight was 45 degrees towards the sky, and he had an arrogant and unruly look on his face. He did not take Yunzhe and Yunbeishan seriously at all. Yunzhe stood on the right, his hands tightly gripping the corners of his clothes, looking a little nervous. Yunzhe was not afraid of competing in the previous round. Even if he met Yunfan as his opponent, Yunzhe would still do his best to fight. If he lost in the end, Yunzhe would have no regrets. However, this segment was a competition of power. Yunzhe himself did not have any power, nor did his parents. He had to rely on his sister's marriage with the Luo family to pull in the Luo family's power. However, Yunzhe was not satisfied with his sister and Luo Bin's marriage. Yunzhe blamed himself for making things difficult for his sister. The three of them stood still. The black-clothed guard had already walked onto the stage. The second segment of the strength competition had officially begun. "Wait. I have something to say." Yunbeishan, who was standing on the far left, suddenly took a step forward and bowed to the black-clothed guard. Then, he looked at Yunfan and revealed a fawning smile as he continued, "Big cousin Yunfan, I won't be competing in this round. How can a small fry like me compare to the backing behind you? I am willing to give up the right to compete for the position of young patriarch. I hope that after cousin Yun Fan wins the position of patriarch, you can accept me as a follower or something. Yun Beishan's sudden action caused everyone to be extremely surprised. If Yun Beishan had been like Yun Yuanba and voluntarily forfeited in the previous round of the tournament, it would have been fine. But now, he had already reached the final step and had a 1 in 3 chance of obtaining the position of young patriarch. In the end, Yun Beishan did not even try and directly forfeited. This was something that could only be done with ruthlessness. Hee. Cousin Beishan is very self-aware. Don't worry, after I become the young patriarch, I will arrange some fat jobs for your family, unlike some fools who are still fantasizing about being able to compete for the position of young patriarch. Is there something wrong with this kind of person's brain? Yun Fan chuckled as he patted Yun Beishan's shoulder. While praising Yun Beishan, he did not forget to ridicule Yun Zhe. Yun Beishan was also a bootlicker as he hurriedly echoed, "Big cousin Yun Zhe is right. Some silly brats are lucky to be able to reach this step." Since he still hasn't come out to curry favor with Big Cousin, he still wants to compete with Big Cousin for the position of young patriarch. This kind of person's fate will definitely be very tragic. I don't even dare to think about it. Yun Fan nodded his head repeatedly. The more he looked at Yun Beishan, the more he liked him. The two of them were echoing each other, naturally for Yun Zhe to hear. Yun Zhe was not a fool, so of course he could tell. However, Yun Zhe completely ignored the two of them. Yun Zhe had worked hard for the dream of becoming the young patriarch for 20 years. If he still could not obtain the position of the young patriarch after working hard, then he would have no regrets. However, if he were to learn from Yun Beishan and escape at the last minute because of Yun Fan's strength, Yun Zhe would never do such a thing even if he died. Furthermore, Yun Zhe was not alone in the competition for the young patriarch. He still carried the hopes of Yun Yu. Stop wasting time. Cousin Beishan, since you have already forfeited, then leave the stage. Cousin Yun Fan and I still have to continue the competition. Yun Zhe interrupted the two of them, his face filled with determination. Yun Beishan and Yun Fan's faces instantly darkened. Yun Beishan glared at Yun Zhe and angrily walked down the stage. On the stage, only Yun Zhe and Yun Beishan were left. The two of them were the last two candidates for the position of young patriarch today. The crowd at the side had already started to discuss with each other. Most of these voices were the men who thought highly of Yun Fan's chances of becoming the young patriarch. Some of the family members had already started to surround Yun Fan's father, Yun Tao, saying all sorts of good things to flatter Yun Tao. The young patriarch had already been decided, so everyone had to do everything they could to please the young patriarch's family. Otherwise, they would not have a foothold in the Yun family in the future. Big brother Yun Tao, do you still remember that when Yun Fan was born, I said that he would definitely be a dragon among men in the future, and that he would be the next young patriarch of the Yun family? What did I say? Now, it's all proven. Brother Yun, my family's Yun Qing usually gets along well with your family's Yun Fan. This time, Yun Fan has become the young patriarch. When the time comes, our two families will have to interact more. Ha! Big brother Yun, from now on, my entire family will follow you. Almost all of the Yun family's relatives surrounded Yun Tao. Many of them stood at the outermost area, not even having the chance to speak to Yun Tao. Yun Zhe's family, who were also candidates, also stood on the side of the family. However, there were almost no relatives who came to greet Yun Zhao's parents and establish a relationship with them. No one thought that Yun Zhe could compare to Yun Fan in terms of power. If they were to greet Yun Zhao's parents now, wouldn't they be oppressed when Yun Fan became the young patriarch? On the stage, Yun Fan looked at the huge gap below him with a complacent expression. Yun Zhe felt a little uncomfortable in his heart. It wasn't because of the power of these relatives, but because his own campaign had caused his family and sister to be neglected by his relatives. Now, the competition will officially begin. 2 candidates, which one of you will go first? The black-clothed guard's voice sounded out. Yun Fan looked at Yun Zhe with a playful expression and said in a strange tone, "Let that silly brat go first. Otherwise, after I reveal my power, this idiot won't even have the courage to reveal his backer." From the beginning to the end, Yun Fan did not place Yun Zhe in his eyes. He always spoke in a sarcastic tone, putting on a high and mighty attitude. Yun Zhe did not care about all this, but he also admitted that what Yun Fan said was the truth. As the main target of the Yun family's nurturing, Yun Fan was naturally favored by all the powers in the world. Yun Zhe had already tried his best to rope in the forces, but no one thought highly of him. He had relied on his own abilities to get to where he was, so Yun Zhe did not regret it. Since Yun Fan had asked Yun Zhe to display his power first, Yun Xiao had already brought Luo Bin to the training grounds. Luo Bin's appearance on the stage caused quite a commotion. This person was the eldest grandson of the Luo family, one of the 5 small families in the capital. His status was not to be underestimated. I never thought that Yun Zhe's family would be able to climb up to the Luo family's young master. This is quite a big backer. Humph. Didn't he sell Yun Zhao's beauty and rely on marriage to pull him over? It's just a Luo family, in front of Yun Fan's backer, it's useless. Yun Zhe stood on the stage and heard someone say that his family had sold their elder sister's beauty to bring Luo Bin over. He was so angry that he clenched his fists tightly, and the veins on his arms bulged. Little brother, don't act recklessly. We've already come this far, persevere. Yun Xiao saw his brother's abnormality the moment he stepped onto the stage and quickly grabbed his brother's fist. The hostility on Yun Zhe's face quickly dissipated, and the gaze in his red eyes softened. Sis, I'm sorry. Yun Zhao's heart surged with a wave of sourness. His heart ached as he helped his brother wipe away the dried blood at the corner of his mouth. Don't say such nonsense. We're family, there's nothing to be sorry about. Ha! Seniors of the Yun family, this junior Luo Bin, the eldest grandson of the Luo family of the 5 small families, has come to participate in the Yun family's martial competition today in order to help little brother Yun Zhe. Yun Xiao and I have already decided on our marriage. In the future, Yun Zhe will be my little brother, and our Luo family will naturally stand on Yun Zhe's side. Luo Bin had already begun to speak. What he meant was that his Luo family wanted to be Yun Zhe's backer. The discussion below continued. Yun Fan stood at the side with a cold smile on his face. He had long known about Yun Xiao and Luo Bin's marriage, but Yun Fan did not care at all, because in his eyes, Luo Bin was just a clown. After Luo Bin finished speaking, he took the initiative to retreat to the side. The black-clothed guard went up on stage and looked at Yun Zhe. Do you have any other backing? Yun Zhe looked at his sister. Yun Xiao frowned slightly and shook her head in self-blame. Yun Xiao had already done her best, but she could only pull Luo Bin from the Luo family. Chapter 698. When Yun Zhe saw his sister shake her head, he knew that there were no other forces that could stand up for him. Yun Zhe looked at the black-clothed guard and was about to speak when a white shadow flew over. Top, top, top. Liang Yu from the capital's 5 minor families is here. A loud shout came from mid-air. After a few breaths, Liang Yu, who was wearing a white tracksuit, landed beside Yun Zhe. Liang Yu. This is the eldest grandson of the Liang family, right? I didn't expect Yun Zhe to know the Liang family. This will be interesting. What's there to see? Liang Yu and Luo Bin are both from the 5 minor families. In a place like the capital where there are hidden dragons and crouching tigers, the power of the 5 minor families can only be considered average. Yun Fan just has to call for someone from the 4 major families to hold the fort, and he can beat Yunzei up in minutes. The discussion started again. Liang Yu's sudden appearance surprised many people. They had never heard that Yunzei's family had any contact with the Liang family. Liang Yu was wearing a white tracksuit that shone with a holy white light under the sunlight. He stood like a pine tree on the martial arts field with a calm expression, but his heart was racing. The relatives of the Yun family were right. Liang Yu had nothing to do with Yunzei's family, so he did not want to participate in the Yun family's martial arts gathering. However, not long ago, Liang Yu received a call from hero Green Wolf. Green Wolf asked Liang Yu to rush to the Yun family to support Yunzei. Even if Liang Yu was extremely unwilling, he could only rush over sullenly. Liang, young Master Liang. Why you're here to help my brother, Yunzei, run for the position of patriarch? Yun Xiao had already returned to her senses. She looked at Liang Yu with some confusion. Why did Liang Yu want to help his brother? Yunzei also had a puzzled expression. Yun Fan's arrogant face turned cold, and Luo Bin had already retreated more than 10 steps, maintaining a distance of a few meters from Liang Yu. Ever since Liang Yu had appeared, Luo Bin's legs had begun to tremble in fear. He could still clearly remember that night in the Soaring Cloud Manor, when Liang Yu had suddenly gone crazy and violently beaten him up. Liang Yu's gaze landed on Yunzei as he said, "Little brother Yunzei, I'm here to represent the Liang family to congratulate you. I hope that you can seize the position of the young master and that our 2 families can cooperate further in the future." Liang Yu said this gloomily. Their family's young family head election was about to begin. Liang Yu had not even settled his own matters, but he was forced by Green Wolf to help Yunzei fight for the position of family head. Just thinking about it made Liang Yu's balls ache. Liang Yu's words made his attitude clear. This person was actually here to help Yunzei. Another round of discussion arose below. Yun Fan's expression became even colder. He never thought that Yunzei would actually be able to pull in 2 pretty good backing forces. In Yun Fan's eyes, this family martial meet was originally a gathering for him to act cool, but now that Yunzei had repeatedly taken the limelight, Yun Fan was already very unhappy. After Liang Yu expressed his stance, he also stood to the side. Luo Bin kept a few meters away from Liang Yu. This behavior made Liang Yu want to laugh. The black-clothed guard went up the stage again. He looked at Yunzei and asked, "If you've roped in other forces, you can invite them all up the stage at once." This time, Yunzei did not need to look at his sister to know that he had no backing. Liang Yu's appearance was an accident. Even now, Yunzei and Yun Xiao could not understand it. "My people are gone for now," Yunzei said with some disappointment. He also felt that the Liang family and the Luo family were clearly not a match for Yun Fan. "Ha! That's it. I thought you would be able to call more people. In the end, you only managed to pull in 2 of the 5 small families' backers? What a disappointment." Hearing that Yunzei did not have any backup forces, Yun Fan immediately laughed out loud. He had never considered other people's feelings. He had always been thinking of ways to make sarcastic remarks to stand out. Yunzei's backers had appeared, and there were only 2 of them. Just looking at the scene made one feel cold. The black-clothed guard looked at Yun Fan. It was Yun Fan's turn to show his power. "Young Master Yun Fan, it's your turn." The black-clothed guard's way of addressing Yun Fan had changed. Even he felt that Yun Fan was undoubtedly the young master. Yun Fan nodded at the black-clothed guard. He really liked this kind of person who could read between the lines. "Dear relatives of the Yun family, the position of master today is already obvious. However, in order to make that idiot Yunzei lose wholeheartedly, I will now invite my companions from the forces." Yun Fan stood on the martial arts field with a pretentious aura. As soon as he finished speaking, 5 figures suddenly appeared from below the stage. A moment later, there were 5 more people on the martial arts field. Standing in the middle was a middle-aged man in a gray robe. The moment he went up on stage, he caused a commotion. He was the deputy team leader of the Dragon Gate's Xian team, Song Chongqing. On either side of Song Chongqing stood a young man. The fat man in a wine-red suit was the young master of the Liu family, Liu Shu. The one in a blue suit was the young master of the Yang family, Yang Can. These two were 2 of the capital city's 4 young masters. Their appearance also brought great shock to the Yun family members below the stage. On the other side were the martial artists from the outer sect. The one in the black training clothes was the inner disciple of the Flame sect, Guang Hui, and the one in the white robe was the disciple of the Quick Blade sect, Hai Feng. These 5 people represented different forces, from the big families of the capital to the Hua Xia Dragon sect, and even the sects of the outer martial arts world came to help. This lineup really stunned the Yun family. Yun Fan swept his gaze across his relatives below the stage. He was very satisfied with the shock and exaggerated reactions on their faces. Song Chongqing had already begun to speak, expressing his position. Following Liu Shu and Yang Can's words, Guang Hui and Hai Feng also expressed their attitudes. These 5 forces were only the strongest 5 of the forces that Yun Fan had invited. There were still a dozen or so people from the smaller forces below the stage who had yet to come up. This was because just Song Chongqing's group of 5 was enough to crush the forces that Yun Zhe had invited. The other small forces simply did not need to waste time on stage. The black-clothed guard was stunned, and only recovered after a while. His attitude towards Yun Fan had become even more respectful. In the eyes of the black-clothed guard, Yun Fan was undoubtedly the young master. Young Master Yun Fan, do you still have other forces that you haven't invited up? Yun Fan's face was filled with arrogance. He looked at Yun Zhe proudly and said, there are still a dozen or so small forces that I won't let up. Just these 5 friends on stage are enough to suppress Yun Zhe's backer. I don't care about trash like him at all. Yun Fan had looked down on Yun Zhe from the beginning. Now, he did not even have the mood to suppress Yun Zhe. It was because Yun Zhe's forces were too weak. Yun Fan did not even care about a small character like Yun Zhe. Yun Zhe and Yun Shao had disappointed expressions on their faces. Both of them could tell that the election this time was considered a failure. However, Yun Zhe quickly adjusted his mood and let out a long sigh of relief. Now, his sister did not need to be together with that playboy, Luo Bin. Isn't this the brat from the Luo family and the brat from the Liang family? Why did you come here for no reason? Hurry up and go back. Yang Can and Liu Shu suddenly walked to Liang Yu and Luo Bin's side. As 2 of the capital's 4 young masters, they naturally did not care about Liang Yu and Luo Bin. Luo Bin was already trembling in fear. He did not expect Yun Fan to be so domineering. He actually called 2 of the capital's 4 young masters over. If Luo Bin had known about this earlier, he would not have dared to stand up for Yun Zhe even if he was beaten to death. Hee. Young Master Liu, Young Master Yang, I really did not expect to meet the 2 of you here. Please don't misunderstand. My purpose here is the same as the 2 of you. I am here to help young Master Yun Fan in the election for the position of young master. Under the might of Liu Shu and Yang Can, Luo Bin was like a chameleon, instantly changing sides. Yun Zhe and Yun Shao were stunned. Both of their faces revealed a cold expression. Luo Bin's action of running away at the last minute was too infuriating. Ha! Didn't you say you would help Yun Zhe just now? Why did you suddenly change your mind? Ha! I'm dying of laughter. Yun Fan was amused by Luo Bin's actions and could not stop laughing. That arrogant aura made people want to slap him in the face. Luo Bin was angry, but he did not dare to say anything. He still had to smile and say, "Young Master Yun Fan, did you hear wrongly? I said I would help you just now. Why would I help Yunzhe? He's such a noob. He's practically here to die." Since Luo Bin had decided to betray him, he might as well go all the way. He began to act like a fool and shamelessly tried to curry favor with Yun Fan. Yun Fan's smile became more and more complacent. The Yun family's relatives below the stage were also amused by this big blunder. They were all laughing at Yunzhe's family. None of them supported Yunzhe's family. Luo Bin had already betrayed them. Lu Shu and Yang Kan revealed a playful expression and looked at Liang Yu. "Liang Yu, why are you still standing there like a fool? Are you an idiot? Hurry up and learn from Luo Bin and surrender." Liang Yu had been standing behind Yunzhe. Even though Luo Bin had betrayed him, he did not make a single move. This scene slightly surprised Yang Kan and Lu Shu. They heard that Liang Yu had gone crazy in the soaring cloud manor some time ago and violently beat up the people from the 5 small families in the capital. This guy was also behaving abnormally today. Did he take the wrong medicine recently? Liang Yu definitely did not take the wrong medicine. He had never taken any medicine at all. Only Liang Yu himself knew his current feelings of despair and helplessness. Liang Yu did not want to offend Yang Kan and Lu Shu, but he was more afraid of Green Wolf's threat. It was said that Hero Green Wolf was a stage 9 inner chi expert. If he went against him, Green Wolf could burn Liang Yu to death with a fireball. After hesitating for a moment, Liang Yu could only bite the bullet and look at Yang Kan and Lu Shu. He shouted fiercely, "You want me to betray you too? Who do you think I am? I'll say it here today. I swear to support little brother Yunzhe with my life." Liang Yu's voice was as loud as a bell and carried a strong sense of anger. His words stunned everyone. Everyone looked at Liang Yu in astonishment, thinking that this person must have taken the wrong medicine. Yunzhe and Yun Xiao were dumbfounded. Both of them looked confused. They were not familiar with Liang Yu at all. Why would this person suddenly appear to support them? Could he have mistaken him for someone else? Chapter 699. The Yun family was stunned. Yun Fan and his companions were stunned. "Have you made up your mind? You want to go against us?" Yang Kan was so angry that his face turned green. He really wanted to pry open Liang Yu's head to see if there was something wrong with him. "Don't talk so much nonsense. I've made up my mind since I stood here." Liang Yu knew he could no longer turn back. Ding, ding, ding. "Good, very good. Remember this, I'll make sure your Liang family can't survive in the provincial capital." Yang Kan was furious. He threw down some threatening words, turned around, and returned to Yun Fan's side with the willow tree. Both parties' forces were already on the stage. There were only 2 forces on Yunzhe's side. In the end, one of them jumped to Yun Fan's side. There was no suspense in the outcome of this strength competition. In the strength competition, both parties have invited their respective forces. Now, Old Master Yun will announce the result. The black-clothed guard looked at Yun Tiankong, who was sitting on the highest stone lion chair, and waited for him to announce the final result. Everyone's gaze fell on Yun Tiankong. Yun Tiankong slowly stood up with a dignified expression. Even though he hadn't announced the result, everyone already knew it. On the side of the family, Yun Zhao's parents were thrown to the side by themselves. There was not a single Yun family member within 10 meters of them. Those relatives surrounded Yun Tao, and Yun Tao's old face was about to cramp from laughing so hard. "I now announce that the new young master of the Yun family is..." Yun Tiankong's deep and aged voice spread out with a rolling aura. It was as intimidating as the beating of a drum. Halfway through his sentence, another shout suddenly sounded in midair. The voice was like thunder, and it directly drowned out Yun Tiankong's voice. There are so many people here. What are they doing? Are they holding a blind date? How can I miss out on this? There was a burst of laughter. In the blink of an eye, a white shadow flashed and landed on the stage. Everyone looked towards the martial arts arena. The person who had arrived was dressed in a white suit and had a head of elegant hair. His body was tall and sturdy, and his aura was surging and collapsing. However, his appearance seemed a little ordinary. Many people looked at him several times but could not remember his appearance. Teacher Chao Feng. You're here. Yun Xiao had already regained his senses and walked to Qin Fang's side in surprise. You're really here. I thought you weren't coming. Yun Zhe also did not expect Chao Feng to come, but Yun Zhe did not know Chao Feng, and even mistakenly thought that Chao Feng had appeared here because he coveted his sister's beauty. Yun Zhe stood beside his sister with a cold face, constantly on guard against Chao Feng doing anything improper. Ha! Beauty Yun Xiao, I promised you that I would come, so I will naturally come. Are you holding a blind date? Beauty Yun Xiao wants to go on a blind date. Then choose me. I'm more practical than those gigolos. Qin Feng knew that the Yun family was holding a martial meet, but he deliberately teased Yun Xiao. Yun Xiao's original excitement immediately dissipated. She puffed up her cheeks and glared at Qin Feng. Teacher Chao Feng, don't talk nonsense. I still have to thank you for coming to help this time. However, today's martial meet has already been settled. My little brother has no more hope. Yun Xiao and Yun Zhe did not know what Chao Feng was capable of, they only knew that Chao Feng was a teacher at the capital university. How capable could a teacher be? Hence, when Yun Xiao saw that Chao Feng had come, he did not hold much hope in his heart. However, 3 of the 5 people standing beside Yun Zhe were dumbfounded. Chao Feng is here. It was actually Chao Feng. Even Yun Zhe himself was shocked. He had just been abused by Chao Feng in the soaring cloud manner not long ago. Why did Chao Feng suddenly come? Before I came, everything was settled. Now that I'm here, I'm going to help you guys turn the tables. Don't look down on me, those little bastards are all very afraid of me. Qin Feng wasn't boasting this time. What he said was the truth. Lu Shu and Yang Kan were Qin Fang's underlings. Yun Fan had just been bullied by Qin Feng not long ago, and Song Chongqing didn't dare to act rashly in front of Qin Feng. As for the remaining people from the Flame sect and the Quick Blade sect, Qin Feng didn't even bother to look at them. Even their sect leaders had to curry favor with Hero Green Wolf. However, Qin Feng did not expect that Yun Fan was actually a member of the Yun family in the capital and was also Yun Zhe's strongest competitor. What was even more unexpected was that the Yun family's old patriarch was actually senior by Yun. Fate was truly a wonderful thing. It was rare for Qin Feng to speak the truth, but in the end, both Yun Xiao and Yun Zhe felt that Chao Feng was bragging to the heavens. The people that Yun Fan had invited were all important figures in the capital, but Chao Feng had called them trash the moment he arrived. Yun Xiao and Yun Zhe even began to suspect that Chao Feng did not even know those people, right? Teacher Chao Feng, my brother, and I appreciate your good intentions. We don't need your help here, you should go back first. Yun Xiao could not stand Chao Feng. This person was too exaggerated, bragging was as carefree as breathing. It was rare for Qin Feng to speak the truth, but in the end, he was questioned by Yun Xiao. He was very depressed in his heart. Beauty Yun Xiao, I can't leave now. I still have to help little brother Yun Zhe get the position of the young patriarch. Don't worry, there are 2 of my lackeys among those people. I will definitely help little brother Yun Zhe turn the tables. Because Xiao Feng had really come to help, Yun Xiao was still somewhat grateful to Xiao Feng. However, Xiao Feng's repeated bragging made Yun Xiao unable to bear it. She said with a cold face, "You said that there are 2 of your lackeys over there. Then point them out for me to see." Qin Feng pointed at the willow tree and Yang Can. "It's those 2 idiots. AI, don't tell anyone else about this. I'll feel embarrassed if I say that I took in 2 idiot lackeys like that." Yun Xiao looked at the 2 people Qin Feng pointed at and rolled her eyes. She was so angry that she almost fainted. "That's enough. Hurry up and leave. I don't want to talk to a liar like you." The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. He was angered by Yun Xiao. He yelled at the willow tree and Yang Can, "You 2 little bastards, are you pretending that you don't know me when you see me? Do you believe that I won't call the seniors right now? It's time for someone else to take your seats." Qin Feng's roar was like thunder, and it echoed throughout the empty training field. Everyone looked at Qin Feng as if they were looking at an idiot. Liang Yu ate the wrong medicine earlier. It seemed like this person ran out without taking any medicine. HM. He must have just escaped from the mental hospital. Ha! Where did Yunzai's family find this idiot? Why is he so funny? I think the circus found him. He said young Master Lu and young Master Yang are his lackeys. Why doesn't he say that even Dragon Sect's vice group leader's song has to listen to him? The crowd was full of mockery. Everyone was truly amused by Qin Feng. Yun Tao was already rolling back and forth with laughter. He laughed until tears came out. However, all the laughter suddenly stopped, and the smiles froze on everyone's faces. Under everyone's gaze, Lu Shu and Yang Can were like children who had done something wrong. They no longer had the arrogance of the capitals for young masters. They walked directly to Qin Feng's side, lowered their heads, and started to call Qin Feng Big Brother. "Hee, so it's Big Brother Xiao Feng. I didn't recognize you earlier. I haven't seen you for a few days, and Big Brother Xiao has become even more handsome." Big Brother Xiao. Lu Shu smiled until his eyes became slits. He said all sorts of flattering words to flatter Xiao Feng. Yang Can looked a bit unwilling, but he still called Qin Feng Big Brother. The surroundings suddenly became quiet. The air froze, and only the whistling of the wind could be heard. Yun Tiankong, who was sitting steadily on the stone lion chair, trembled. He didn't know Xiao Feng, but Lu Shu and Yang Can called Xiao Feng Big Brother. Where did this strong man come from? Qin Feng ignored everyone's shocked gazes. He took out 2 10-cent bills from nowhere and threw one to Lu Shu and Yang Can. "Not bad, not bad. Since the lackeys called Big Brother naturally has to give you a red packet. Take this money and spend it as you like. Think of the extra as a tip from Big Brother." Lu Shu took the 10-cent bills. He was so angry that the fat on his face trembled. However, he quickly regained his composure. He squinted his small eyes and said with a smile, "Hee. Thank you, Big Brother Xiao." Yang Can was so angry that his teeth were chattering. However, he didn't dare to resist. The scene of Ouyang Feng beating up Zilong in the soaring cloud mansion was too shocking. Even now, the 2 of them still had a shadow in their hearts. "Thank you, Big Brother." Lu Shu and Yang Can were teased by Qin Feng, but they still had to thank him. This scene shocked everyone again. "By the way, why are you 2 here?" After Qin Feng tipped them, his expression suddenly turned cold. Yang Can and Lu Shu were scared to death. Lu Shu hurriedly said, "Big Brother Xiao, we're here to help little brother Yunzai fight for the position of junior patriarch." "Yes. Me too." Yang Can echoed. "I see. Then you guys seem to be on the wrong side." That side is my little brother Yunzei's home field, Qin Feng said as he pointed to Yunzei's side. Lu Shu and Yang Kan immediately ran to Liang Yu's side. They were even more determined to turn against Xiao Feng than Luo Bin because they didn't dare to offend Xiao Feng. They were mainly afraid of the old monster behind Xiao Feng, who beat up Zilong. After Lu Shu and Yang Kan turned against him, Qin Feng didn't even bother to look at them. With a leap, Qin Feng arrived at Yunzei's side. Isn't this the little brat from the Luo family? Why are you standing here? Qin Feng glared at Luo Bin. Luo Bin finally came back to his senses. He was a little confused after going back and forth today. Luo Bin didn't see Qiao Feng's battle at the Soaring Cloud Mansion. At that time, he was knocked out by Liang Yu and sent away in advance. However, when he attended the Pretty Girls concert at Provincial Capital University, Luo Bin still wanted to show off in front of Qiao Feng and was beaten up. After that, he asked about the situation and now knew that Qiao Feng had a big backer who could beat up Zilong, huh? So this isn't little brother Yunzei's team. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm here to support little brother Yunzei. Who wants to stand with that idiot Yunfan? Luo Bin originally came to support Yunzei, but he was threatened by Lu Shu and Yang Kan to turn against him. Luo Bin had been suppressing his anger for a long time. Now that he had Xiao Feng as his backer, Luo Bin directly rebuked Yunfan. He was so angry that smoke was coming out of Yunfan's head. In less than 5 minutes after Xiao Feng went on stage, he pulled Lu Shu, Yang Kan, and Luo Bin to Yunzei's side. The Yun family was dumbfounded and didn't know what to say. Chapter 700. Qiao Feng, what the fuck do you mean? Are you looking for trouble? Yunfan couldn't hold it in any longer and yelled at Qin Feng. Qin Feng punched Yunfan into the wall at the Soaring Cloud Mansion last time, so Yunfan was still very afraid of Qiao Feng. Otherwise, he would have made a move long ago. How do you know I'm looking for trouble? Ha! You saw through it. Yeah, I'm looking for trouble. What can you do? Qin Feng looked at Yunfan with a smile. Yunfan rolled his eyes and almost fainted from anger. Qiao Feng, don't think that I'm really afraid of you just because you're a little stronger. In this society, it's not about personal strength but connections. Do you see the 2 young heroes behind me? One of them is an inner disciple of the Flame sect and the other is a disciple of the Quick Blade sect. These 2 sects are outer martial arts sects with many experts. It's a piece of cake for them to take care of a small character like you. Yunfan still didn't dare to make a move. He was afraid of being slapped in the face by Qiao Feng, so Yunfan used the power of the outer martial arts to suppress Qiao Feng. Yunfan didn't believe that Qiao Feng was so strong that he wasn't even afraid of the outer martial arts sections. Hey! I almost forgot that I have a good relationship with Hero Green Wolf. This time, Hero Green Wolf is busy and can't come, so he asked me to come and support little brother Yunzei. Not long ago, Qin Feng explored the ancient martial ruins as Green Wolf and finally saved the treasures of the explorers of the outer martial arts sections. The name of Hero Green Wolf had completely spread in the outer martial arts world. Now, which martial arts sect didn't want to curry favor with Green Wolf? When Radiance and Sea Breeze heard Hero Green Wolf's name, a look of reverence immediately appeared on their faces. Knowing that Hero Green Wolf was actually on Yunzei's side, Radiance and Sea Breeze immediately turned into 2 gusts of wind and stood behind Yunzei in a breath's time. Yunfan was arrogantly threatening Qin Feng, but when he turned his head, he found that the 2 outer martial arts sect's disciples had disappeared. They actually ran to Yunzei's team. Yunfan's mouth twitched, and he was so angry that his stomach started to hurt. Qin Feng didn't care about Yunfan at all. This brat dared to fight with little brother Yunzei for the position of the young master. Qin Feng was prepared to dig out all the forces around him and turn him into a general without an army. "I-oh. Isn't this Dragon Gate's Xian Group's deputy team leader song? I've long heard that deputy team leader song strength is superb. Since I'm fortunate to see you today, then I must have a good spar with deputy team leader song. Deputy team leader song, come, life or death is up to fate." As Qin Feng spoke, he had already prepared his stance. He looked as if he was ready to fight Song Chongqing at any time. The Yun family had long been confused by Qin Feng's nonsense. They felt that this year's family martial meet was a bit special. It was like watching a big movie with ups and downs and a novel plot. Song Chongqing's old face fell, almost as long as a donkey's face. Song Chongqing knew Qiao Feng's other identity. Qiao Feng was Green Wolf. Green Wolf was recognized as a Stage 9 inner chi expert in the martial arts world. Song Chongqing wasn't sure if he could defeat Qiao Feng. Cough cough. "Brother Qiao Feng, you must be joking. We are all members of the Dragon's Gate. How can we casually fight? This will have a bad effect on us." "Alright, I still have official business to attend to. I'll make a move first. You guys continue." Song Chongqing left as soon as he said that. After a few leaps, his figure disappeared. Song Chongqing knew that Qiao Feng was here to support Yunzhe. He could either stay and fight with Qiao Feng or withdraw from the ranks of Yun Fan supporters. Obviously, Song Chongqing chose to leave without hesitation. Song Chongqing left. His departure was so sudden. He was the one with the most powerful background in the cheering group invited by Yun Fan. In the end, such a big shot was scared away by a few words from Qiao Feng. Who exactly was this Qiao Feng? The Yun family already felt that something was wrong. The discussions about Qiao Feng were endless. Yun Fan gritted his teeth in anger. He was about to take the position of the Yun family's young patriarch, but who knew that Qiao Feng would appear out of nowhere and completely mess up his plan. At this time, one of the 5 major powers that Yun Fan invited to the stage ran away. The other 4 directly jumped into the water and stood with Yunzhe's team. This scene was too dramatic. Many people couldn't help but laugh. "Ah, brother Yun Fan, why are all your backers gone? If that's all you've got, then I've come for nothing. You're not enough for me to play with." Qin Feng looked at Yun Fan with a smile. Qin Feng was going to return the favor to Yun Fan, who looked down on Yunzhe. Yunzhe and Yun Xiao still hadn't come back to their senses. They felt like they were dreaming. They weren't familiar with Liang Yu, but Liang Yu supported the two of them. They had only met Qiao Feng once. Yun Xiao even thought that Qiao Feng wouldn't come. In the end, Qiao Feng showed up and slapped Yun Fan in the face. That feeling was too exciting. "Qiao Feng, you're the one who insisted on going against me. I'll play with you to the end." Yun Fan was completely enraged. He still had more than 10 minor powers below the stage. Previously, Yun Fan looked down on Yunzhe, so he didn't intend to invite these minor powers to the stage. Now that the situation had changed, Yun Fan had no choice but to invite them. Yun Fan shouted loudly, and the dozen or so major powers below the stage rushed up. "I'm Gao Fei, a third-generation relative of the Gao family, one of the 5 minor families in Beijing. I'm here to support brother Yun Fan." A man in a black suit announced his name first. Qin Feng curled his lips. "Why isn't Gao Tianyao from the Gao family here? I haven't beaten him up in a long time. I really miss him. Big brother, I'm sorry. I came to the wrong place. I'll be leaving first." After Gao Fei came up and announced his name, he was scared away by Qin Feng's words. I'm Lu Hai, a disciple of the Lu family, one of the 5 minor families in Beijing. I'm here to help Big Brother Yunzhe. You damn fatty, you're as fat as Lu Jia. Seeing that Lu Jia is my little brother, I'll tolerate you this once. If you dare to talk nonsense again, I'll slap you until you're as elegant as Lu Hai. Lu Hai was also scared away by Qin Feng's words. I'm a disciple of the Qin family in Sky City, Yun Province. Which Qin family? I've never heard of it. Qin Feng thought about it. He really couldn't remember any Qin family in Sky City. It was probably a small, unranked family. Holy shit, you haven't even heard of the Qin family. I've heard of the 4 talents of Sky City. They're all my little brothers. I'll call them now and ask which Qin family you're from. Before Qin Feng could take out his phone, the Qin family disciple who had been clamoring just now had already disappeared. The remaining 10 or so small forces all reported their names and were scared witless by Qin Feng's words. After a while, all the forces that Yun Fan had found disappeared. No, he still had 4 large forces that were standing with Yunzhe's team. Yun Fan was so angry that his eyes were bloodshot and the veins on his forehead bulged. He had waited for this day of the family martial arts meet for God knows how long. This day was prepared for him to show off. In the end, because of Qiao Feng's sudden appearance, Yun Fan's plans were all messed up. Yun Fan stood alone on the martial arts field. Everyone from the Yun family was so shocked that they were speechless. Yun Fan felt a burning pain on his face. It was the feeling of being slapped by Qin Feng. Motherfucker, you deliberately came to play with me. I'll fight you to the death. Suddenly, an angry roar came from the training field. Yun Fan had been enduring Qin Feng for a long time. At this moment, he could no longer hold it in and directly exploded. Yun Fan's stage 8 inner qi burst out. He was the most powerful expert among the younger generation of the Yun family. Even more than half of the elders of the Yun family were no match for Yun Fan's strength. The aura of a stage 8 inner qi burst out from Qin Feng's body, suffocating the audience. They stared at Qin Feng without blinking. They didn't know how strong Qin Feng was, but most of them thought that Yun Fan was going to crush Qin Feng. Rumble. A loud sound spread out, and another overbearing aura rolled out, causing the ground to tremble slightly. A layer of dust rolled up on the training field, making it difficult for people to see what was going on. A scream came from the dust, but it didn't sound like Qiao Feng's voice. Bang! Another muffled sound, as if someone had fallen to the ground. The dust quickly dispersed. Qiao Feng stood tall and straight with his hands behind his back. Yun Fan had fallen on the cement ground dozens of meters away. There was a small pit on the ground. Yun Fan spat out a mouthful of blood, and his body kept twitching as if he was going to die at any time. No one saw the whole process of the fight because it ended in an instant. It was like a fight that ended before it even started. The surrounding temperature was already low, and now it seemed like it was going to freeze. The power and intimidation that Qiao Feng brought to everyone was too strong. Even Yun Kongtian's skinny body was slightly trembling. He hadn't made a sound, and he didn't go up to the stage to teach Qiao Feng a lesson. The people of the Yun family finally came to their senses. Qin Feng was arrogant and overbearing. He didn't take the 4 young masters of the capital seriously, and he didn't even say a word to Vice Team Leader's Song of the Dragon sect. Everyone thought that Qiao Feng was showing off, and they even guessed that Qiao Feng would die miserably. However, Qiao Feng didn't fall, and it was Yun Fan who fell. It turned out that Qiao Feng really had the ability to be powerful. He wasn't bragging. Qiao Feng's background was mysterious, and he was unbeatable. He stood on the martial arts field and looked down on the people of the Yun family. No one dared to mock or question him anymore. More than half of the Yun family didn't even have the courage to look Xiao Feng in the eye. The atmosphere was deadlocked for more than half a minute before someone finally came to their senses. Those relatives who were originally surrounding Yun Tao immediately ran towards Yun Zhao's parents. Before Yun Zhao's parents could come back to their senses, dozens of relatives appeared and started to flatter them. Life was unpredictable and full of ups and downs. No one knew what would happen in the next second, and no one could guess that the final winner would be Yun Zhe. The people of the Yun family all had eyes for power. After the situation changed, they quickly made a new choice. No one went to curry favor with Yun Tao anymore. Everyone was actually quite resentful towards Yun Tao's family, especially Yun Fan's arrogance and conceit. It had already aroused a lot of resentment. The change was too fast. It was so fast that Yun Tao couldn't accept it. From the high and mighty father of the young patriarch, he instantly fell to a villain who was ostracized by the people of the Yun family. Yun Zhe also hadn't recovered from the shock. He couldn't believe that he could actually counterattack and become the man most likely to be elected as the young patriarch. The ups and downs of life came too fast. It was too exciting. Chapter 701. Who are you? How dare you hurt someone in the Yun family martial arts competition? If you don't give me a reasonable explanation, I won't forgive you. Yun Tiankong was shocked for a long time. Then, the old and majestic voice sounded. Ha! Calm. There were bursts of explosive sounds coming from his body. The strong and violent inner qi was unstoppable. The entire empty martial arts field was shrouded by the inner qi in the sky. Qin Feng was afraid that Yun Tiankong would step forward, but the old man couldn't help but step forward. Qin Feng didn't know that the Yun family's patriarch was senior by Yun until he came to the training field of the Yun family. Last time in the ancient warrior relic, Bai Yun stood up to Azure Dragon of China. Although Bai Yun didn't attack, Qin Feng couldn't see his real strength. Obviously, he was a stage 9 inner qi master. Senior Yun, I'm Xiao Feng, a member of the Dragon Sect Huang group. Today, I'm here to help Brother Yun Zhe become the next patriarch. Qin Feng didn't want to fight with Yun Tiankong. Firstly, Yun Tiankong was too powerful. Qin Feng couldn't defeat him without Ouyang Feng or Shimen Chui Xue. Secondly, Qin Feng had a good impression of Yun Tiankong, who was Yun Zhao's grandfather. How could Qin Feng offend him? Hearing Qin Feng's words, the people of the Yun family exclaimed. They didn't expect Xiao Feng to be a member of the Dragon Sect. No wonder he was so overbearing. Yun Tiankong's expression changed. He glared at Qin Feng for a while and said, I have nothing to say about you coming to help Yun Zhe. But why did you hurt Yun Fan? You're challenging this old man's dignity. Even Qin Fan could see that Yun Kong Tian was indeed more considerate towards Yun Fan and Yun Peng, his two direct descendants. However, this was also common sense. Senior Yun, Yun Fan attacked me first. I couldn't just stand there and let him hit me, right? I didn't attack him. I was just defending myself. Qin Feng's face was solemn as if he was telling the truth. The people of the Yun family twitched their mouths. His lie was too fake. Yun Fan was a stage 8 inner qi master. How could Qin Feng hit him so hard that he couldn't even stand up? Yun Tiankong was speechless. He was so angry that he glared at Qin Feng. Actually, Yun Kong Tian was also afraid of Xiao Feng. Not only was Xiao Feng a member of the Dragon Sect, but he also seemed to be at stage 9 inner qi. Yun Kong Tian didn't dare to attack such an expert. The atmosphere was in a deadlock. At this time, several black shadows suddenly flew over from the sky, and after a few breaths, several people landed on the huge martial arts field. Bam! The first to land was a huge fatty. His body was like a small mountain. After he landed, the martial arts field shook a bit. Lu Jia steadied himself and immediately walked toward Qin Feng with a smile on his face. He chuckled and said, "Kaka. Teacher Chow Feng, I'm not late, right? When I heard that you were going to show off at the blind date today, I skipped lunch and rushed over to support you." Lu Jia had a carefree personality and was born with a loud voice. Qin Feng was obviously here to participate in the Yun family's martial arts meet, but Lu Jia's words exposed Qin Feng's intention. Qin Feng was so angry that he kicked Lu Jia and flipped him over. "Cut the crap and get to the point." Lu Jia's but hurt from the fall. He quickly climbed up from the ground and continued, "Hehe, Teacher Chow Feng, don't be angry. I'll get to the point, get to the point. That beauty Yun Xiao, Teacher Chow Feng specially came to the Yun family to flirt with you. He even asked me to come, bam." Before Lu Jia finished his words, he was kicked away again. "Who told you it's a family's martial arts meet? It's a blind date." Qin Feng was furious. He felt that the glorious and righteous image that he had built up for half a day was destroyed by Lu Jia's loud voice. He was so angry that he even said the wrong thing. "Yes, it's a blind date. I didn't say it's a family's martial arts meet. Teacher Chow Feng is so busy that he doesn't have time to participate in some family's martial arts meet. You've never done business without girls." After Lu Jia finished his words, he saw that Chow Feng was about to kick him again. Lu Jia was so scared that he quickly added, "Elders of the Yun family, I'm Lu Jia, the eldest grandson of the Lu family, one of the 5 small families in the provincial capital. I'm here to support Brother Yunzhe." Lu Jia finally said something human. Qin Feng's foot that was already at the tip of Lu Jia's nose did not fall. Lu Jia wiped the sweat off his forehead. At this time, another person landed on the empty training field. It was a man in a well-ironed suit, but he looked a little wretched. "I'm Zhang Yi, a member of the Dragon Sectuang group. I'm here to support Brother Yunzhe on behalf of all the brothers and 2 leaders of the Dragon Sectuang group." After Zhang Yi announced his identity, he immediately ran to Chow Feng to greet him. He recognized Chow Feng as his big brother during the celebration banquet at the Soaring Cloud Mansion. At that time, Chow Feng gave him a qi fortifying pill. In just 3 days, Zhang Yi had successfully broken through from stage 6 inner qi to stage 7 inner qi. He was extremely grateful to Chow Feng. Just as Zhang Yi finished speaking, another woman's beautiful figure landed on the training field. Her voice was clear and melodious. "I have come to the Yun family to support Yunzhe and support young Master Yunzhe's election for the position of young patriarch. The woman should be Ren Xiaoyao's subordinate." After reporting, she found a place where no one was around and stood at the side. On the empty training field, a steady stream of figures flashed over. Each of them represented a powerful force, scaring the Yun family to the point that their eyeballs almost popped out. "Dongfang Haoran of the Dongfang family has come to support Yunzhe." Qiao Shishir represents all the students of the Provincial University's Medical College to support Yunzhe. "The beautiful girl group has come to support Yunzhe. I'm here to support Brother Yunzhe on behalf of the elegant and unrestrained hero Green Wolf." These forces were all called over by Qin Feng. They were of different sizes and levels. There was Hero Green Wolf, who represented the martial arts world with a resounding reputation. There were also the leaders of the 4 big families and 5 small families in the capital. There were also celebrities like the Pretty Girl Group, big shots in the entertainment industry. Even the representatives of the first class of the medical school of the capital had come. This kind of lineup really blinded the eyes of the Yun family. In the beginning, the Yun family's relatives all thought that Yunzhe's family didn't have any connections or power, but in the end, this family had roped in all sorts of people from all walks of life in the capital. If Yun Fan had been forcefully acting cool before, then Yun Zhe was the true expert in the world of acting cool. Yun Kongtian was still thinking about how to deal with Qin Feng and how to calm the emotions of the Yun family. Now that so many forces had suddenly appeared to support Yun Zhe, Yun Kongtian had forgotten about Qiao Feng. Among these forces, the one that shocked Yun Kongtian the most was the great hero Green Wolf. Yun Kongtian knew Green Wolf. Last time, in the ancient martial ruins, Green Wolf's true energy exploded, scaring the mysterious black-clothed man to the point that he didn't dare to make a move. There were also various forces who went on stage to express their support for Yun Zhe. The empty martial arts field was like a big chorus. Yun Kongtian finally saw the reality. He was originally optimistic about Yun Fan becoming the new young master, but Yun Zhe's strength made Yun Kongtian feel a little scared. 10 minutes later, the forces that came to support finally stopped. It had been a long time since he saw a new force appear. There were 3 rows of people standing on the martial arts field. There were representatives from all walks of life. It was simply a gathering of elites. Senior Yun, I've helped Brother Yun Zhe call so many people. Do you like them? Qin Feng smiled and looked at Yun Kongtian on the high platform. Yun Kongtian was very puzzled. Based on Qiao Feng's methods in dealing with Lu Shu, Yang Kan, and Yun Fan, Qiao Feng was obviously a strong and domineering person. Moreover, with Qiao Feng's skills and power, he didn't need to be afraid of Yun Kongtian at all. However, Qiao Feng had called himself a junior and respected Yun Kongtian very much. This made Yun Kongtian unable to understand the reason. That's right. Yun Kongtian only managed to say 2 words after a long time because he didn't know what to say. Then Senior Yun means that you want Yun Zhe to be the new young master. Qin Feng continued to ask. Yun Kongtian had already decided to let Yun Zhe be the new young master. This was because Qiao Feng's power was too strong. If Yun Zhe became the young master, then the Yun family would definitely develop with Qiao Feng's help in the future. Even if Yun Kongtian was a little selfish, he still put the overall situation first. The overall situation was the Yun family's development and survival. Dear relatives of the Yun family, I, Yun Kongtian, now announce that the new young master of the Yun family will be Yun Zhe. Yun Kongtian's old and deep voice resounded in the martial arts field for a long time. This time, the Yun family's martial arts competition had also come to an end. The new patriarch was won by Yun Zhe, whom everyone didn't think would win. After Yun Kongtian's voice fell, everyone in the Yun family was still in a daze. Yun Zhe and Yun Shao were also in a daze. Although the 2 of them realized that the situation had changed after Qiao Feng appeared, when their grandfather announced the final result, the 2 of them were overwhelmed with joy and their minds went blank. The relatives of Yun Zhe quickly came back to their senses. Those relatives who surrounded Yun Zhe's parents started to curry favor with them like crazy. Yun Zhe's parents were frightened by everyone's enthusiasm and flattery. They weren't prepared. Qin Feng was happy for Yun Zhe when he got this result. He was currently chatting with Lu Jie, Qiao Shih, and other acquaintances. Qin Feng hadn't seen Qiao Shih for a while. 2 out of 3 sentences, he would tease Qiao Shih. Qiao Shih's feelings towards Qiao Feng were very complicated. If other men said these frivolous words to her, Qiao Shih would have left long ago. But after hearing Qiao Feng's words, Qiao Shih's heart was left with waves of shyness. Seeing that teacher Qiao Feng had started to pick up girls again, Lu Jie tactfully bid farewell to Qiao Feng and left. The beautiful girl group also said goodbye to Qiao Feng and left. Zhang Kuku once again forgot about Qiao Feng's appearance. This made Qiao Feng feel as if his heart was stabbed by someone. The little beauty from St. Medic Hall had also left. Zhang Ye had also left after trying to flatter Qiao Feng a few times. These forces that had come specifically for Qiao Feng had come and gone quickly. The empty training grounds once again became cold and empty. Chapter 702. Most of the people had left, and Qin Feng became even more unscrupulous. Previously, he was only teasing Qiao Shishir, but now, he started to get physical. Qiao Shishir was so embarrassed that her ears turned red. She was frightened by teacher Qiao Feng and quickly found an excuse to run away. Now, all the people that Qiao Feng called had left, leaving only him and Yun Xiao and his brother standing on the training field. The Yun family was still trying to curry favor with Yun Zhao's parents. Yun Tao stood dejectedly at the side and was treated like air. Yun Fan was obviously forgotten. He was still stuck in the ground and couldn't get up. From time to time, he would spit out a mouthful of blood. Seeing Yun Zhe obtain the position of the young patriarch, Yun Fan was about to die from anger. Yun Tiankong stood on the stone lion chair and lightly tapped his feet. His figure turned into a black shadow and arrived beside Yun Zhe in a few breaths. Grandfather. Yun Zhe hurriedly bowed to Yun Tiankong. Yun Tiankong helped Yun Zhe up and said with a dignified expression, "Yun Zhe, you have become the new young patriarch of the Yun family. I pass this golden belt to you. I hope that under your leadership, the Yun family will be able to move towards a broader sky and achieve glory." Yun Zhe's hands trembled as he received the golden belt. This golden belt was the Yun family's heirloom. Every time a new patriarch appeared, the golden belt would be passed down. It was said that the golden belt was a purple-grade spirit weapon. It was made from the tendons and bones of a 1,000-year divine turtle. The golden belt had the effect of extending one's lifespan and could even protect oneself after wearing it. It was an extremely rare and precious treasure. Grandfather, don't worry. I will definitely work harder in the future and bring the Yun family to a broader sky. Yun Zhe held up the belt, his eyes shining with determination. The Yun family members below the stage all looked at Yun Zhe and shouted in unison, "Young Patriarch Yun Zhe is mighty." At this moment, Yun Zhe turned from an ignorant youth to the leader of a huge family. Yun Zhe shouldered an invisible but huge responsibility, and his aura underwent a subtle change. His young and handsome face had a hint of determination and dignity, and his eyes also had a hint of maturity and steadiness. Ding! Congratulations host Qin Feng for completing the quest, help Yun Zhao's little brother Yun Zhe become the young patriarch of the Yun family. The system rewards host Qin Feng 5,000 hedonist points. Host currently has a total of 43,000 hedonist points. The clan martial competition could be considered to have ended here. Everyone from the Yun family had already run up to the training grounds. They surrounded Yun Zhe and tried to curry favor with him, as if they were not the ones who looked down on Yun Zhe previously. Yun Tiankong did not like crowds, so he retreated to the side. Being able to know a strong expert like Qiao Feng was very important to the future development of the Yun family. Qin Feng was very happy when he heard Yun Kongtian's words. Yun Xiao was stunned on the spot. She even thought that there was something wrong with her ears. After a long time, Yun Xiao asked in astonishment, "Aw. Grandpa, I'm engaged to Qiao Feng. Why? This is only the second time I've met him. How can we be in love?" Yun Xiao confused Yun Kongtian again. Yun Kongtian looked at Qin Feng in astonishment. When he saw Qin Feng's awkward expression, Yun Kongtian suddenly understood. Ahem. Yun Xiao, Grandpa thinks that young swordsman Qiao Feng is an upright person and has great martial arts skills. He's one of the best among the younger generation in Jingdu City. It won't be wrong for you to be with him. Yun Kongtian guessed that Xiao Feng was just bragging. However, Yun Kongtian quickly came back to his senses. Since he had already mentioned marriage, he might as well continue to matchmake Yun Xiao and Xiao Feng. Yun Kongtian really thought highly of Xiao Feng. "Aw, Grandpa. Then, okay. I'll try to date Xiao Feng first. If it doesn't work, then we'll talk about it again." Yun Xiao felt wronged. She had no feelings for Xiao Feng at all. Her heart was filled with Qin Feng's shadow. However, now that Yunzhe had just become the young master, Yun Xiao couldn't go against her grandpa's words. She was deeply afraid that it would bring harm to Yunzhe's future development. Hee. Beauty Yun Xiao has agreed. Then, you'll be my fiancé from now on. As for that little bastard Luo Bin from the Luo family, don't bother with him anymore. If that brat dares to harass you, I'll directly destroy the Luo family. Qin Feng had long wanted to come to the Yun family to propose marriage and make Yun Xiao completely his. However, at that time, Qin Feng's strength was too low. He had the will but not the strength. Now that Qin Feng had broken through to stage 8 inner Qi, he could use all kinds of skills and spiritual weapons to fight against stage 9 inner Qi experts. Qin Feng had already become one of the best among the younger generation in Jingdu City. He could finally stand in the Yun family and look down on all the heroes. This kind of feeling was not an ordinary kind of pleasure. Okay, I won't casually come into contact with other men in the future. Yun Xiao braced herself and agreed. Suddenly, she was a little embarrassed to look at Xiao Feng. It wasn't that she liked Xiao Feng, but she felt strange. Beauty Yun Xiao, since you're my fiancé, let's find a place with no one around and get to know each other. Qin Feng went up and grabbed Yun Xiao's lily-white hand. Yun Xiao was so scared that she took a step back. "Aw. Forget it. My younger brother just won the position of the young master. I'll just stay here and celebrate with him." Yun Xiao wanted to break free from Xiao Feng's big hand, but she found that Xiao Feng's hand was like a vice. She couldn't shake it off no matter how hard she tried. "Senior Yun, what do you think?" Qin Feng was rejected by Yun Xiao, but he was not worried at all. His gaze fell on Yun Tiankong. Yun Tiankong stroked his white beard and said with a smile, "Since you're already engaged, you'll be a family sooner or later. It's a good thing to cultivate your relationship. By the way, young hero Xiao Feng, this should be your first time visiting the Yun family, right?" "This is my first time. I really want to tour the Yun family," Qin Feng said with a smile. "Ha! Yun Xiao, why don't you take young hero Xiao Feng for a tour? I'll stay here." Qin Feng and Yun Tiankong were obviously echoing each other. Yun Xiao was depressed. Since Yun Tiankong had spoken, even if Yun Xiao was very unwilling, she could only nod and agree. The two of them left the martial arts field and walked to a place with no one around. Yun Xiao's hand was held by Qin Feng the whole way. She eventually gave up struggling because she really couldn't break free. Yun Xiao lowered her head and didn't speak. Qin Feng took the initiative to flirt with her, but she was absent-minded and responded to Qin Feng intermittently. Qin Feng didn't care about Yun Xiao's indifference because he knew that Yun Xiao was like this because she didn't know his identity. Qin Feng admired the scenery of the Yun family along the way. The Yun family mansion was really big. Qin Feng had walked for more than 20 minutes, but he had only seen less than half of the courtyard. The two of them unknowingly walked into the depths of a garden. There was no one around and it was very secluded. There was a beautiful swing chair in the garden. Qin Feng pulled Yun Xiao over and sat down. "Xiao, teacher Xiao Feng. I actually don't have any feelings for you. I agreed to the marriage just to deal with my grandfather." There are actually many beautiful women in the capital. They are all prettier and more outstanding than me. Why don't you find another woman? If you can't find one, I can introduce you. Just let me go. Seeing that there was no one around, Yun Xiao let go. She struggled to pull her hand away and then sat on the swing chair while maintaining a safe distance from Qin Feng. Qin Feng smiled and pulled Yun Xiao into his arms. Yun Xiao was so frightened that she resisted frantically. In the end, she couldn't break free from Qin Feng's embrace. The more she resisted, the more Qin Feng took advantage of her. Qin Feng smelled the familiar fragrance on Yun Xiao's body and touched her white and tender skin. His heart was filled with emotions. More than 5 months ago, Qin Feng had a great battle with Yun Xiao in the bathroom of the Fei Tian bar. Qin Feng could still remember the hot-blooded scene at that time. At that time, Yun Xiao was still Qin Feng's teacher. She drank a little too much that night and turned from a conservative lady to a wild young woman. The taste wasn't just a little delicious. P.S. I'm still 20 votes away. I can explode today. The next chapter is very exciting. Brothers, vote hard. Chapter 703. Yun Xiao was frightened by Qin Feng's actions. She struggled desperately in Qin Feng's arms. Qiao Feng, you bastard. Let go of me. I am going to call for help. The more Yun Xiao resisted, the more excited Qin Feng became. Not only did he not let go, but he also started to caress Yun Xiao's soft body. Qin Feng's nose was stuck to the back of Yun Xiao's ear, and he could smell Yun Xiao's unique body fragrance. His hot breath made Yun Xiao's body soften, and her resistance became weaker and weaker. Qiao Feng. Dee, don't do this. Dee, let go of me. Yun Xiao's voice became soft, and it was as seductive as a kitten's lazy cry. Teacher Yun Xiao, don't resist. Be obedient and obey me today. Qin Feng smirked. Yun Xiao suddenly felt that something was wrong. Qiao Feng's voice changed. It wasn't the same voice as before. His voice suddenly became very familiar, especially when he called Teacher Yun Xiao. It made Yun Xiao's heart tremble. Who are you? Who are you? After Yun Xiao regained her senses, she stopped resisting and looked at Qiao Feng with a puzzled expression. Qin Feng just wanted to tease Yun Xiao. When he saw that Teacher Yun Xiao was frightened by him, he felt sorry for her. Qin Feng moved his mind slightly. The sacred azure battle armor on his body suddenly disappeared, and he instantly returned to his original appearance. It was a handsome face with distinct features. His skin was fair and clear, causing even women to feel jealous of him. He had a dignified appearance, and the space between his brows revealed a wisp of a fierce aura. It was the arrogance of someone in a superior position. Qin Feng still preferred his original appearance. He felt that even words like dashing in the wind and elegant and suave couldn't describe his handsomeness. As for Qiao Feng's appearance, Qin Feng didn't want to comment too much. Even he had forgotten what Qiao Feng looked like. Qin Feng. Is it really you? You're not dead. Are you really Qin Feng? Yun Xiao was stunned for more than half a minute before she regained her senses. After she regained her senses, she stuttered. She was really frightened by Qin Feng. Not long ago, Qin Feng was killed by a strange man with a wolf mask on Devil Beast Mountain. Yun Xiao had watched the video of the fight and thought that Qin Feng was really dead. She never thought that Qin Feng was still alive. Teacher Yun Xiao, do you want me to die that badly? The corners of Qin Feng's mouth twitched, and he looked gloomy. Ah. No, how could that be? I don't want you to die. I thought you were dead. Suddenly seeing Qin Feng, Yun Xiao was so excited that he was incoherent. Qin Feng naturally knew teacher Yun Zhao's feelings for him. He was amused when he saw Yun Zhao's nervous and charming face turn red. She tried her best to explain but couldn't even speak clearly. "Ah. Who are you? Why did you become Qiao Feng?" Yun Xiao hadn't calmed down from her excitement when she was shocked by Qin Feng again. Qin Feng was now in the Yun family's old residence. For safety's sake, he changed back to Qiao Feng's appearance. This change scared Yun Xiao. "Teacher Yun Xiao, don't be so jumpy all the time. I'm Qin Feng, and Qiao Feng is also Qin Feng. However, due to some reasons, I'm temporarily using Qiao Feng's identity. You should understand now, right?" Qin Feng hugged Yun Xiao even tighter, then patiently explained to her. The content was too complicated. Yun Xiao was silent for a while before she completely digested it. "Qiao Feng is actually Qin Feng. Then why didn't you tell me when I went to Provincial University to watch the concert of the beautiful girls?" Yun Xiao had already confirmed that Qin Feng really wasn't dead. She suddenly felt as if a large stone had been lifted from her heart. That feeling was as comfortable as being reborn after death. "Teacher Yun Xiao, there were too many people at the time, so I didn't dare to speak carelessly. I was afraid that if my identity was revealed, it would bring you trouble. I have a lot of enemies now, and all of them are famous big sects and big figures. If they knew you were my fiancé, they would come to kidnap you." Qin Feng analyzed the severity of the situation. Yun Xiao listened and nodded repeatedly. She had forgotten how long it had been since she last saw Qin Feng. In reality, it was only a short 5 months, but in Yun Zhao's heart, it was as long as 50 years. "Ah. You big bad guy, you pretended to be Qiao Feng to scare me, and you even went to grandfather to propose marriage. You're too bad." Yun Xiao suddenly thought of Qin Feng's engagement. Previously, she didn't know that Qiao Feng was Qin Feng, so Yun Xiao was very resistant to this marriage. Now that she understood the situation, Yun Xiao was actually a little excited. I just wanted to give teacher Yun Xiao a surprise. 5 months ago, when I saw teacher Yun Xiao's lonely figure boarding the plane, I really wanted to shout this out. However, in the end, I only told myself that in the future, I will definitely go to the capital's Yun family and openly propose marriage to the Yun family's patriarch. I will make teacher Yun Xiao my, Qin Feng's, woman. Qin Feng's gaze became misty. It was as if he had returned to the airport 5 months ago. Yun Zhao's body surged with warmth, and a layer of mist appeared in her beautiful eyes. Yun Xiao raised her head high and forced her tears not to fall. These were tears of happiness. The two of them had been separated for 5 months, and now that they were reunited, Qin Feng made the promise he made. He came to the Yun family and openly proposed marriage to Yun Tiankong. From today onwards, Yun Xiao completely became Qin Feng's woman, and would always be Qin Feng's woman. "Qin Feng, do you remember when I first went to the Acropolis city to teach?" Yun Xiao was afraid that she was really going to cry, so she changed the topic. "Of course I remember. On the first day teacher Yun Xiao came to the Acropolis City University, the entire university was in an uproar. On the afternoon you arrived, the entire university voted you as the most beautiful female teacher." Qin Feng laughed, and a light flickered in the depths of their eyes. It was as if they had returned to the time at the Acropolis University. At that time seemed worthless, and they could have as much as they wanted. Their daily lives were relaxed and carefree, without any pressure or worries. All they had was youth and sweat. Qin Feng's sweat was splattered on the bed. "Did you know? When I first went to the Acropolis University, you were the biggest headache. At that time, I had just graduated and didn't have any teaching experience. I was about the same age as you guys, so I couldn't control you naughty fellows. In the end, you broke the order of the class every time. Not only did you cause enough trouble, but you also caused trouble for the other people in the class. It was so infuriating. Every day when I came home from school, the first thing I would do was draw a little person and write your name on it. Then I would take a needle and stab you 100 times. When Yun Xiao talked about her time at the Acropolis University, she couldn't help but smile brilliantly. Perhaps Yun Xiao had been annoyed by Qin Feng back then, but now, all of this had become her most precious and beautiful memory. Yun Xiao could even remember it for the rest of her life. Back then, before Qin Feng obtained the hedonist sovereign system, he was an out-and-out hedonist young master. At that time, he didn't think about Yun Xiao's feelings. Now that he heard Yun Xiao talk about it, Qin Feng felt that he really owed her back then. Qin Feng hugged Yun Xiao even tighter. Yun Xiao was almost out of breath. Teacher Yun Xiao, I didn't just do bad things, I also saved you from Ma Dehu's clutches. After that, Wei Xiaolei kept pestering you, and I was the one who pretended to be your boyfriend to piss him off. That's right, I also killed Wei Xiaolei. Half of the reason was because he kept pestering you. Also, I helped you cure your social anxiety. That night at the Fei Tian bar, I was the one who helped you successfully become a woman. What Qin Feng said at the beginning made Yun Xiao feel very touched. Indeed, Qin Feng helped Yun Xiao a lot. Yun Xiao was very grateful to Qin Feng. However, as Qin Feng spoke, he became indecent. Yun Xiao was so embarrassed that she immediately pounded Qin Feng's chest with her fists. Qin Feng didn't feel any pain. It was as comfortable as giving him a massage. Teacher Yun Xiao. Qin Feng suddenly grabbed Yun Xiao's dainty fists and looked at her affectionately. Yun Xiao's heart raced and her face was so red that water was about to drip out. She sat in Qin Feng's embrace and didn't dare to look at Qin Feng's fiery gaze. What's wrong? It's been 5 months since our last battle. Since we can meet again today, why don't we fight again? Qin Feng said seriously. Yun Xiao buried her head in Qin Feng's embrace. She was extremely embarrassed. Before she could refuse, Qin Feng had already made a move. Yun Xiao wore a black lace dress, which made it easier for Qin Feng to do things. The swing began to slowly swing higher and higher. Yun Xiao didn't know if the swing really floated into the sky or if Qin Feng made her fly into the sky. The swing went from fast to slow and finally stopped. Yun Xiao's entire body was weak and her entire body fell into Qin Feng's warm embrace. She wanted time to stop at this moment. This feeling was too wonderful. Teacher Yun Xiao, I haven't seen you for so long. You still haven't changed. You're so fucking wild. Qin Feng hugged Yun Xiao's jade back tightly. His face was filled with a longing expression. Yun Xiao was extremely embarrassed and started pounding in Qin Feng's embrace again, annoying. You're not allowed to say it. The two of them were playing around sweetly when a white figure flashed by. Seeing the scene in front of him, Yunze was so angry that his eyes instantly turned red. You bastard, I knew you had ulterior motives towards my sister. You dare to bully my sister. I'll personally kill you today. Yunze was originally surrounded by everyone trying to curry favor with him, but after a while, he realized that his sister and Qiao Feng had disappeared. Yunze immediately became worried and started to look for his sister in the Yun family. In the end, when he walked to the back garden, he saw the scene in front of him. Yunze had clearly misunderstood Qin Feng. He thought that Qin Feng was forcing his sister. Bang! A muffled sound came from Yunze's body. This brat directly exploded his inner qi. With a wave of his hand, the fire rod at his waist flew out and struck towards Qin Feng's head. This fire rod of mine was given to me by a good big brother. It specializes in beating dogs. Yunzhe arrived first and his voice followed. Yun Shao was shocked and immediately cried out, "Little brother, stop." P.S. Yesterday, there were quite a few brothers who donated monthly votes. The final vote was fixed at 15 votes, a bit short of 30 votes. Young Master Du truly felt that it was a pity and was moved by these brothers. Chapter 704. Dong. Yun Shao was still a step too slow. Before she could finish speaking, the fiery rod in Yunzhe's hand had already slashed down. However, Qin Feng also made a move at this moment. His large hand casually grabbed the air and grabbed the fiery rod. Calm Yunzhe was extremely shocked in his heart. That rod strike of his was filled with rage, and he had unreservedly erupted with all of the strength of the peak of the 5th level of his inner qi. He did not expect that his move would be broken so easily by Qin Feng. Furthermore, Yunzhe had spent a great deal of effort to pull the fire rod back, but he couldn't. "Qin Feng, don't hurt little brother." When Yun Shao saw this, she immediately hugged Qin Feng's arm tightly. She still did not know the relationship between Qin Feng and Yunzhe, and was afraid that Qin Feng would hurt her brother in anger. "Ah. Sister, what did you call him just now?" "Qin Feng. Did I hear that right?" Yunzhe was stupefied. Qin Feng was his big brother. Could it be that he had missed his big brother so much that he was hearing things? Qin Feng, Yunzhe is my younger brother. Should I tell him your true identity?" "Don't worry, he won't betray you." Yun Shao was instantly put in a difficult position. If she didn't tell her brother about Qin Feng's identity, then she wouldn't be able to date Xiao Feng in the future. There's no need for introductions. I've known little brother Yunzhe for a long time. He helped me quite a bit in Acropolis City before. Qin Feng laughed and spoke with his original voice. The way Yunzhe looked at Qin Feng changed. He was now sure that the person in front of him was big brother Qin Feng. That voice was exactly the same. Also, only big brother Qin Feng would know about Acropolis City. "Big brother Qin Feng, is it really you? How did you change?" Yunzhe grabbed Qin Feng's arm excitedly. Yun Shao was confused. What was going on? "Little brother Yunzhe, it's not convenient for me to appear in public with my previous identity, so I used Xiao Feng's identity for a while." "You're really good. You were still a stage 4 inner qi in Acropolis City, but now you're at the peak of stage 5 inner qi." Qin Feng patted Yunzhe's shoulder, completely treating Yunzhe like a younger brother. Yun Shao couldn't take it anymore. She pulled Qin Feng and asked, "You guys knew each other before? What's going on?" Before Qin Feng could speak, Yunzhe couldn't help but laugh. "Haha. Sister, this is really fate. Do you still remember how I kept advising you to be with my big brother? The big brother I'm talking about is big brother Qin Feng. Now it seems that big sister and big brother Qin Feng have known each other for a long time. The things that happened between us are too strange." Yunzhe told them everything that had happened between him and Qin Feng. Yun Shao also told them about what had happened between him and Qin Feng when he was teaching in Acropolis City. This time, the three of them couldn't help but laugh. When Yun Shao found out that her brother's orange-grade spiritual weapon was a gift from Qin Feng and that Qin Feng had given her a precious blood qi pill, Yun Shao was even more grateful to Qin Feng. She took the initiative to hold Qin Feng's arm tightly and refused to let go. When Yunzhe saw his sister and big brother Qin Feng's affectionate appearance, the large stone in his heart completely relaxed. He had always been worried about his sister's marriage. Now that he saw that his sister had found true happiness, Yunzhe felt even happier and more excited than when he was elected as the young patriarch. Little brother Yunzhe, this is a grade 4 chi strengthening pill. Your current realm is just right for you to consume this pill. If nothing unexpected happens, it will help you successfully break through to the 6th level. Qin Feng took out a chi strengthening pill and gave it to Yunzhe. Yunzhe was extremely excited when he received it. But very quickly, a hint of hesitation flashed across Yunzhe's eyes. The blood chi pill that Qin Feng gave him last time was indeed useful, but it seemed to have some side effects. After Yunzhe broke through, he had always wanted a woman. That feeling was really fucking intense. Yunzhe had lived for 20 years, but this was the first time he wanted a woman so much. It was also at that time that Yunzhe learned to fly for the first time in his life. Now that he was holding a grade 4 spirit pill, Yunzhe's expression was solemn. He didn't know whether he should eat it or not. What's wrong, little brother Yunzhe? Is one not enough? Then I'll give you 2 more. As Qin Feng spoke, he took out 2 more chi strengthening pills from the system. This was a grade 4 spirit pill, but in the end, it was as worthless as a bubble in Qin Feng's hands. Yunzhe jumped in fright and hurriedly waved his hand to reject. He had such a strong reaction after eating 1 pill. If he were to eat 3, Yunzhe was afraid that he would not be able to control himself. Big brother Qin Feng, one of such a precious pill is enough. You should keep the rest. Seeing that Yunzhe was unwilling, Qin Feng did not bother with pleasantries and directly put away the remaining 2 chi strengthening pills. Seeing that Qin Feng was so generous to his brother, Yun Shao was extremely happy. She hugged Qin Feng's arm even tighter. Qin Feng could feel a soft pressure on him, causing him to feel a little restless. After the 3 of them clarified their relationship, they sat together and chatted. Qin Feng suddenly thought of the founder's mission and said to Yunzhe, "Little brother Yunzhe, I've built a sect. Are you willing to join?" Yunzhe didn't even think and directly said, "Of course I want to join Big Brother's sect." Just as Yunzhe finished speaking, Qin Feng saw Yunzhe's name on the Hero Alliance's dragon ranking. However, because Yunzhe had yet to reach the inner 6th stage, his name was the same as Li Xingtian's, Gray. Furthermore, after he and Li Xingtian joined the Hero Alliance, they did not trigger a dragon's roar. Alright, our sect is called the Hero Alliance. Other than you, there are a few other brothers. When I'm free, I'll let everyone gather and get to know each other. Those who can join Big Brother's Hero Alliance must be heroes. I'm looking forward to getting to know these brothers. Yunzhe's face was filled with excitement. The 3 of them chatted for a while before Yunzhe found an excuse to leave. He was afraid that he would disturb Qin Feng and his sister's date. After Yunzhe left, Qin Feng started to linger with Yun Shao again. Because Qin Feng had treated Yunzhe as his own younger brother and had even given him a chi strengthening pill, Yun Shao was extremely grateful to Qin Feng. This time, she took the initiative and wildly wrapped herself around Qin Feng's body, serving him in all sorts of ways. The 2 of them swung on the swing for a long time, and it felt like the swing was about to break. After the battle ended, Yun Shao was so tired that she couldn't stand up. She directly laid in Qin Feng's embrace and refused to get up. The 2 of them played in the back garden until the sky darkened. Yunzhe ran over and called the 2 of them for dinner. Today, a new patriarch had appeared in the Yun family. Tonight, all the relatives of the Yun family had rushed over. The huge family conference hall had been changed into a banquet hall. The table was filled with all sorts of delicacies and drinks. Wow! Young hero Qiao Feng is here. Young patriarch Yunzhe is here too. After Qin Feng and the other 2 entered the room, all the relatives in the banquet hall immediately surrounded them. These people actually called Qin Feng first, then Yunzhe. This also showed that Xiao Feng held a higher position in everyone's hearts, because Yunzhe was able to become the young patriarch because Xiao Feng had helped him push him up. At this time, Yun Tiankong was mixed in the crowd. When he saw Yun Xiao take the initiative to hold Qin Feng's arm and walk into the room, a gratified smile appeared on his face. Under everyone's warm welcome, Qin Feng and Yunzhe began to take their seats. The two of them sat on the main seats, and Xiao Feng sat on the most important chair. Yunzhe and Yun Tiankong sat on Qin Feng's left and right. As an outsider, Qin Feng sat in such an important position. The Yun family's relatives did not feel that it was inappropriate. Instead, they felt that it was right to sit like this. The atmosphere at the dining table was very lively. The Yun family's relatives continuously raised their cups to toast Yunzhe and Qin Feng. These relatives were used to living in large families, so their flattery skills were better than the other. Their praises made Qin Feng feel a little embarrassed. When Yun Xiao saw that her brother and her man had obtained everyone's approval and had become the two most important representatives of the Yun family, she was even happier than if she had eaten honey. From time to time, she would put food into Qin Feng's bowl. Qin Feng's bowl had already piled up into a small mountain, but Yun Xiao was still unwilling to stop. Yun Xiao, come out with Mom for a while. Halfway through the meal, Yun Xiao's mother called Yun Xiao out. Yun Xiao's mother had long since discovered that this girl seemed to be together with Xiao Feng. Although Xiao Feng was strong and had monstrous power, Yun Xiao's mother still wanted to find her daughter alone to understand Xiao Feng better. Now that Yunzhe was the young patriarch of the Yun family, her daughter's marriage could not be so hasty. Everyone was smart. They knew that Yun Xiao and her mother went out to talk about Xiao Feng. Everyone pretended not to see and continued to toast Yunzhe, Yun Tiankong, and Xiao Feng. This family banquet ended very late. Before the Yun family's relatives left, they all bid farewell to Xiao Feng and Yunzhe. With Xiao Feng supporting Yunzhe, everyone in the Yun family had completely approved of Yunzhe's position as the young patriarch. No one dared to question him. Everyone left one after another, leaving only Yun Tiankong, Xiao Feng, and a few others in the hall. Yun Tiankong was so happy that he drank too much tonight. He laughed and came to Qin Feng's side. Young hero Xiao Feng, you and Yun Xiao are ironclad now. From now on, you and our Yun family are one family. Don't leave tonight, stay with Yun Xiao. Yun Tiankong said what Qin Feng was thinking. Qin Feng did not refuse. Ha! Then I will disturb Senior Yun tonight. Not at all. In the future, when you have time, come to the Yun family to play. This is also your home. Yun Tiankong chatted with Qin Feng for a while. Then, the old butler of the Yun family came to help him back to rest. At this time, Yun Xiao and Mother Yun walked in. Yun Xiao's pretty face was flushed. It seemed that the mother and daughter had talked about a lot of awkward topics. Auntie, Uncle, Junior Xiao Feng greets the two of you. Qin Feng took the initiative to walk forward and greet Yun Xiao's parents. Father Yun was startled and hurriedly returned the greeting. Young hero Xiao Feng, please stand up. After witnessing Qin Feng's strength and influence, Father Yun was afraid of Qin Feng. How could he accept Qin Feng's courtesy? A trace of gratification flashed through Mother Yun's eyes. She had asked her daughter many questions, and she knew that her daughter had truly fallen in love with Xiao Feng. Seeing Xiao Feng's humble and courteous behavior, Mother Yun let out a sigh of relief. Qin Feng and Yun Xiao's family sat and chatted. The longer Father Yun and Mother Yun interacted with Qin Feng, the more they liked Qin Feng. At this time, the two elders were very gratified. Their daughter was able to find such a good son-in-law like Xiao Feng. They chatted until late at night. When everyone went back to sleep, Qin Feng went directly to Yun Zhao's room. Yun Zhao floated in the sky for the whole night. The feeling that Qin Feng gave her was too wonderful for words. Chapter 705. Thanks to A Little Fan and Hedonist Supremacy for their tips, the two of us have blown up our monthly votes. Flight 888 from Kyoto International Airport to Hong Kong has officially taken off. All passengers, please turn off your cell phones and remain seated. We wish you all a pleasant journey. The sweet voice of a flight attendant came from the broadcast, making Qin Feng's body go limp. This flight was from Kyoto to Hong Kong. The flight attendants were all Hong Kong women, and their voices were sweet and sweet. Ouch! Team Leader Yen, why are you pinching my waist? Qin Feng suddenly yelled in pain. Yen Wuxuang's face was as cold as ice. She didn't even look at Qin Feng and said coldly, "Do you have any taste? How could you be a love-struck fool with such a disgusting voice? It's so embarrassing to be partnered with you. Team Leader Yen, you and I are not allowed to touch or kiss you. I'm enjoying the sweet voice of a Hong Kong woman, and you want to stop me? Aren't you being too overbearing?" Qin Feng complained to Yen Wuxuang and purposely dug his eyes into her plump chest. Yen Wuxuang blushed a little, but soon her face turned cold again. She pulled her neckline without a trace and said angrily, "Are you sick? I'm going to Hong Kong with your partner to do a mission, not to accompany you to eat, drink, travel and sleep. What are you thinking?" Qin Feng curled his lips and said, "Then I'll give you more money. How about you accompany me?" Ouch! Qin Feng felt a sharp pain in his foot as soon as he finished speaking. It was rare for Yen Wuxuang to dress up sexily. She was wearing a blue, elegant, tight-fitting dress and a pair of high heels. Ordinary people couldn't bear the pain of the heels stepping on Qin Feng's foot. Qin Feng and Yen Wuxuang were a pair of quarrelsome lovers. If they didn't fight, they wouldn't be them. "Beauty, that guy is annoying, right? Don't worry, I'll teach him a lesson for you." The man on the other side of the aisle suddenly stood up. He was fat and had a wretched expression. When he spoke, he squinted and glanced at Yen Wuxuang's sexy body. After looking for a while, the fatty's gaze fell on Qin Feng. His originally smiling face suddenly darkened, and he fiercely yelled at Qin Feng, "Stinking brat, get the hell out here right now. Let's switch seats, you can sit on my seat." Qin Feng and Yen Wuxuang had 2 rows of seats. Qin Feng sat on the inside, while Yen Wuxuang sat on the outside. "Why should I exchange with you? Is there something wrong with you?" Qin Feng could tell what Fatty was thinking at first glance. This guy was obviously interested in Yen Wuxuang, and he was here to cause trouble. "Wow! You're crazy, aren't you? Do you know who I am? I am Hong Kong's famous Brother Hai. Do you want to die if you don't curry favor with Brother Hai?" The muscles on Big Brother Hai's face trembled as he glared at Qin Feng. Qin Feng was too lazy to deal with this person. He impatiently shouted, "Hurry up and scram, don't ruin my mood." "Motherfucker, you want me to scram? You're courting death." Suddenly, Big Brother Hai swung his fist at Qin Feng, but his movement was a little strange. He looked like he was going to beat Qin Feng up, but his other hand secretly moved toward Yen Wuxuang's full chest. Ordinary people wouldn't notice this little action, but in front of Qin Feng and Yen Wuxuang, Big Brother Hai's action was as childish as a kindergarten kid. Crack! Before Big Brother Hai's hand could touch the softness, Yen Wuxuang suddenly took out a magazine and pressed it against his belly. Big Brother Hai's body suddenly couldn't move forward. His pig's trotter was only a few centimeters away from Yen Wuxuang's full chest, but he still couldn't touch it. Yan Wushuang rolled the magazine in her hand into a ball and forcefully poked Big Brother Hai. Big Brother Hai was in so much pain that cold sweat broke out on his forehead. He hurriedly tried to get up. Damn fatty, where are you going? Didn't you want to beat me up? Then don't go. Before Big Brother Hai could get up, Qin Feng grabbed Big Brother Hai's fist. Qin Feng slightly tightened his grip, and a crisp sound came from Big Brother Hai's fist. It sounded like the sound of bones breaking. Big Brother Hai was in so much pain that his whole face turned red. You fucking let go of me. Big Brother Hai resisted the pain and didn't shout. He was afraid of embarrassing himself. Qin Feng increased the strength of his hand. This time, Brother Hai's hand was squeezed out of shape. Brother Hai used all his strength to struggle free from Qin Feng's grip, but Qin Feng's grip was like a vice. He couldn't break free at all. Big Brother Hai was really suffering this time. He was as fat as a small mountain and weighed more than 100 kilograms. At this time, his whole body weight was supported by the magazine on his belly. Big Brother Hai felt like a big hole was poked in his belly. His hand was squeezed by Qin Feng to the point that it almost melted. Bro, don't misunderstand. I didn't want to hit you. I just wanted to help you draw the curtain. My Big Brother Hai has a very high status in Hong Kong. Little bro, if you need anything in Hong Kong, you can look for me. You let go of me first. Big Brother Hai couldn't take it anymore. The fat on his face was trembling in pain. His arrogant attitude was gone in an instant, and he started to flatter Qin Feng. Oh, so you want to draw the curtain? Why didn't you say so earlier? I thought you were itching for a beating. Qin Feng looked at Big Brother Hai with a smile. Big Brother Hai was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. Who the fuck would go looking for a beating for no reason? Get lost. Qin Feng couldn't be bothered to deal with Big Brother Hai. He gave him a light push, and Big Brother Hai fell backward. His butt fell on his seat, scaring the auntie sitting next to him. Get up, I want to sit inside. Yan Wushuang suddenly stood up and stared at Qin Feng coldly. Yan Wushuang sat outside for a while. She noticed that more than a dozen men kept staring at her. Yan Wushuang had always been a quiet woman. She couldn't stand these men's peeping. Come over here. I'm too lazy to get up. Qin Feng stared at the bottom of Yan Wushuang's skirt with a lecherous look. Yan Wushuang's mouth twitched. She had no choice but to move her body inside. Get out of here. Yan Wushuang was already standing in front of Qin Feng. She ordered Qin Feng to move to the seat outside. Qin Feng suddenly stood up and hugged Yan Wushuang. His body even shook a few times. Ah! Chow Feng, what are you doing? Yan Wushuang was frightened by Qin Feng's sudden action. She wanted to slap Qin Feng out of the plane. Qin Feng put on an innocent face and quickly explained, Team Leader Yan, it's not my fault. The plane encountered some turbulence just now and suddenly swayed. I didn't do anything. Qin Feng said with a serious face as if he was telling the truth. Yan Wushuang's beautiful face was so gloomy that it looked like it was about to drip water. The plane was flying very smoothly just now, and the passengers in the other seats did not have any abnormalities. Only Qin Feng would lie with his eyes wide open. You! Get out of here! Seeing that Yan Wushuang was truly enraged, Qin Feng chuckled and moved his body. Suddenly, Yan Wushuang's beautiful eyes lit up. Before Qin Feng could move away, she suddenly sat down on Qin Feng's body. Ouch! Team Leader Yan, are you playing Mount Tai? I am broken because of you. Qin Feng suddenly screamed in pain. Yan Wushuang could even hear the sound of bones breaking. Yan Wushuang was very pleased. She purposely took revenge on Qin Feng. Wasn't Qin Feng always playing dirty? Yan Wushuang decided to give him a taste of his own medicine. Ah! Qiao Feng, are you okay? The plane was shaking so much just now that I lost my balance and sat down. Did you really break your legs? Yan Wushuang stood up and looked at Qin Feng with a smile. When Qin Feng took the initiative to hug Yan Wushuang, he had some reaction. Yan Wushuang's sudden sitting hurt him. Qin Feng arched his body and moved to the seat outside. His face was full of pain, and he did not talk to Yan Wushuang anymore. Hey! Are you for real? Are you so weak? You broke after sitting down for a while. You used to be known as the #1 hedonistic young master in Acropolis City. Are you acting? Yan Wushuang was a little nervous when she saw Qin Feng's forehead was drenched in cold sweat. Could it be that I've really broken him? Qin Feng was really injured. However, this injury was not as severe as Qin Feng's performance. He just needed to rest for a while. Qin Feng suddenly remembered the mission Little Pig gave him last time. He wanted to woo his superior, Yan Wushuang. This was a good opportunity for Qin Feng to take advantage of. How can it be the same? Those girls are as gentle as water, and their movements are gentle and slow. What you did just now was like a mountain pressing down on me. It would be strange if I didn't stop. Qin Feng continued to pretend to be in pain. You're disgusting. Don't tell me about your past. You play with all kinds of women. Don't you have any shame? When Yan Wushuang heard about Qin Feng's past glory, she was inexplicably angry. Also, I'm so thin. I only weigh 50 kilograms. How can I be a mountain? Why don't you act more exaggerated? Yan Wushuang shouted at Qin Feng angrily. Then, she turned around and ignored Qin Feng. Qin Feng held his stomach and bent over. He didn't talk to Yan Wushuang. After a while, Yan Wushuang couldn't stand it anymore. She had been secretly peeking at Qin Feng. Qin Feng used to tease her when they were together. Now, he really stopped talking. Could it be that he really broke? Hey! Are you okay? Why don't you ask the flight attendant to take you for a checkup? Yan Wushuang poked Qin Feng's arm. Qin Feng said angrily, check up my ass. I'm definitely broken. Will you only be happy when the doctor and flight attendant on the plane know that I'm broken? You're such a vicious woman. Qin Feng was the best at pretending to be sick. It was a perfect performance. Yan Wushuang started to feel nervous. She just wanted to punish Qin Feng a little. She didn't expect that she would break him. Wasn't this the same as cutting off the Qin family's bloodline? Then what should I do? Yan Wushuang didn't know what to do. She even panicked a little. What else can I do? I won't touch women anymore. Are you satisfied now? Qin Feng stared at Yan Wushuang angrily. Yan Wushuang didn't look as cold as before. She looked at Qin Feng sympathetically and said, don't say that. Nowadays, medical technology is so advanced. Even if it's broken, it can still be reconnected. Chapter 706. Do you think it's a broken finger? You can fix it whenever you want. Plus, I was injured by your kick at the Dragon's Gate celebration banquet last time. Now that I have new injuries, I won't be able to recover, Qin Feng complained. Ah. Then, what should I do? Yan Wushuang was already fooled by Qin Feng's acting. She didn't know what to do. Forget it. Since it's already happened, I'll be single for the rest of my life. Sigh. Who asked Leader Yen to break my finger? If it was someone else, I would definitely kill him. Qin Feng's face was filled with despair. Yen Wushuang's beautiful eyes flashed with a complicated light. She was silent for a moment, and no one knew what she was thinking. At this time, the plane had already taken off and began to fly steadily. A tall and sexy air stewardess pushed a cart and began to distribute drinks. The cart was pushed to Qin Feng's side. "Sir, what would you like to drink?" "Iced orange juice." Big Brother Hai's voice sounded. The air stewardess frowned. Drinking iced orange juice in the middle of winter. She didn't know what that fatty was thinking. But soon, the air stewardess poured a glass of iced orange juice for Big Brother Hai with a professional smile on her face. Big Brother Hai took the orange juice. He could feel the coldness even through the paper cup. An evil smile flashed across his squinted eyes. His fat hand suddenly trembled, and the glass of iced orange juice spilled towards Qin Feng. Whoosh! Qin Feng casually raised his hand. A gust of wind blew and the orange juice that was spilled towards Qin Feng flew back and landed on Big Brother Hai's head. "Oh! It's freezing, Acho." Big Brother Hai had suffered at Qin Feng's hands before. He knew that Qin Feng was very strong, so he didn't dare to openly provoke Qin Feng. Big Brother Hai prepared to sneak an attack on Qin Feng by splashing iced orange juice all over Qin Feng's body. In the end, the orange juice ended up splashing on his own head. Big Brother Hai was dumbfounded. "Ah. Sir, are you okay? Why did you pour orange juice on your head? Let me help you wipe it." The beautiful air stewardess was stunned. After regaining her senses, she quickly found a towel to help Brother Hai dry his hair. Big Brother Hai just wanted to trick Qin Feng, but he didn't expect the orange juice to be poured on his head. He was so angry that his nostrils flared. He slapped the air stewardess's extended hand away and yelled, "No need to wipe, pour me another glass of iced orange juice, hurry." Brother Hai's fiendish appearance scared the air stewardess. The flight attendant didn't dare to go against Brother Hai's words, so she quickly poured him another glass of orange juice. Big Brother Hai picked up the orange juice and splashed it at Qin Feng. Qin Feng laughed in his heart. He waved his hand and the orange juice was blown away by the wind, splashing all over Big Brother Hai's chest. "Ow, ow, ow. Cold, it's too damn cold. Why did you bring such cold orange juice on the plane in the middle of winter?" "Achio, I've caught a cold." Big Brother Hai's antics had already attracted the attention of many passengers. Everyone stood in their seats and stuck their heads out to see Big Brother Hai's antics. Qin Feng's movements were very secretive. Other than Yen Wushuang, no one else noticed. Everyone only saw Big Brother Hai order 2 glasses of iced orange juice and pour it on himself. Then, he yelled that the orange juice was too cold. Did this person eat too many fucking retarded pills? "Sir, are you okay? What are you doing?" The beautiful air stewardess was confused by Big Brother Hai. She even instinctively took 2 steps back. The beautiful air stewardess felt that Big Brother Hai was a retard and hoped that he wouldn't suddenly go crazy. Big Brother Hai already realized that he was being talked about like an idiot. He was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. Big Brother Hai also felt that the first 2 times were a bit strange. It seemed that every time he made a move, a cold wind would blow over and directly blow the orange juice onto his body. Fucking hell, I don't believe this. In a fit of anger, Big Brother Hai directly picked up the bucket of iced orange juice from the dining car. The orange juice bucket emitted cold air. Just holding it in his hands, Big Brother Hai couldn't help but shiver. Splash! The bucket of iced orange juice was completely poured over Big Brother Hai's head. Big Brother Hai was so cold that his whole body trembled. Tears and water flowed out. This was too fucking weird. How could he bully people like this? Whoosh! All the passengers on the plane were stunned. They were now completely sure that this person didn't eat too many retarded pills. He must have eaten too much shit. Otherwise, why would someone hold iced orange juice and pour it on himself in the middle of winter? Did he think this was an orange juice bath? A bucket of iced orange juice was really too fucking much. Big Brother High wanted to stand up the bucket, but his hands were so cold that he couldn't feel them. He let the entire bucket of ice water pour over his body. The discussions around him became louder and louder. All of them were scolding Big Brother High for being an idiot. When Big Brother High heard these words, he was so angry that his face turned green. Big Brother High felt that he should say something. Otherwise, he would really be treated as an idiot. He faced the sky and laughed 3 times. Ha ha ha. This plane is really hot. Now that I have a bucket of ice water to wash my body, I feel so much better. After saying that, Big Brother High immediately returned to his seat. The auntie sitting next to him was so scared that she shrank her body against the window. She even placed her bag between the two of them. She looked at Big Brother High as if she was looking at a monster. "Sir, do you want to use a towel to wipe yourself?" The stewardess didn't know what to say. She had been a stewardess for 3 years, but this was the first time she saw such an idiot like Big Brother High. Big Brother High shouted that last sentence to prove that he wasn't an idiot. How could he use a towel to wipe himself now? Hurry up and get out of the way. I want to cool down. I'm having a good time right now. I'll fucking fight whoever dares to wipe my body. The stewardess rolled her eyes and ignored Big Brother High. There was something wrong with this person's brain. Talking to him was a waste of air. "Sir, beautiful lady, what would you like to drink?" The stewardess turned around and looked at Qin Feng and Yan Wushuang. 2 cups of hot coffee. Only an idiot would drink iced orange juice on such a cold day. Qin Feng said with a chuckle. The beautiful stewardess nodded repeatedly and agreed with Qin Feng's words. She poured 2 cups of hot coffee for Qin Feng and pushed the trolley to serve the passengers at the back. Because Big Brother High poured a bucket of iced orange juice on the ground, the temperature in the plane was very cold. Almost all the passengers at the back wanted hot coffee. Every table was steaming hot. After Qin Feng ordered a cup of coffee, he turned his body to face Big Brother High. Every time he drank a mouthful of coffee, he would moan in comfort. Big Brother High was still shivering from the cold. When he saw Qin Feng's warm cup of coffee, Big Brother High wanted to snatch it and drink it. The journey passed by quickly. The plane had already stopped at Hong Kong International Airport. The passengers on the plane began to disembark in an orderly manner. Big Brother High was frozen the whole way. At this time, his entire skin was purple. He didn't even have the ability to stand up. He simply sat there like an ice sculpture. "Qin Feng, are you feeling better?" Qin Feng and Yan Wushuang had already gotten off the plane. During the second half of the journey, Yan Wushuang didn't speak to Qin Feng. However, she had been worried about Qin Feng. Now that they had just gotten off the plane, Yan Wushuang couldn't help but ask. "Ah. Of course not. I told you, I won't be able to recover." Qin Feng had almost forgotten about this matter. Now, he immediately pretended to be in pain. Even the way he walked was a little weird. Yan Wushuang's willowy eyebrows were tightly knitted. Her heart was filled with guilt. Now that she recalled the incident on the plane, she really sat too hard. Yan Wushuang sat with her inner qi. If it was an ordinary person, their intestines would have been squeezed out. Forget it. The plane was shaking badly. Group leader Yan didn't do it on purpose. Why would I blame you? Qin Feng pretended to be disappointed and said. Yan Wushuang felt even worse. At that time, the plane wasn't shaking badly. Yan Wushuang purposely wanted to teach Qin Feng a lesson. In the end, she accidentally lost her buttocks and broke Qin Feng. Why don't we go to the hospital for a checkup first? We have to get that thing done as soon as possible. Yan Wushuang suddenly grabbed Qin Feng's arm. Her pretty face was flushed. Qin Feng felt great when he saw Yan Wushuang's nervous expression. Then, he continued to say disappointedly, forget it. We're here for a mission. We have to hurry. But, Yan Wushuang still wanted to say something, but Qin Feng directly pulled her into the airport transport bus. No buts. It's already broken. Worst comes to worst, I don't want to be a woman anymore. After getting on the bus, Yan Wushuang became silent again. She lowered her head and looked guilty. No one knew what she was thinking. The airport transport sent them to the luggage hall. Qin Feng and Yan Wushuang were here for a mission, so they didn't bring any luggage. They directly left the airport, hailed a taxi, and went to the big billionaire casino. Sitting in the taxi, Qin Feng looked at the beautiful scenery of Hong Kong. Hong Kong was a fashionable city. The streets were crowded with cars and high-rise buildings. Gambling centers and international famous clothing stores could be seen almost every 1 kilometer. This was the characteristic of Hong Kong. It was a shopping and gambling city. Although it was winter, the beauties on the streets were all wearing short skirts and black cotton socks. They were all sexy and fashionable. Recently, Qin Feng had been in contact with the martial arts world outside of China and the Dragon sect. He was about to leave the normal city life. Looking at the various beauties on the streets, Qin Feng's heart was filled with emotion. This was his original life. This was the indulgent life that a hedonistic young master should have. While admiring the scenery, the taxi soon stopped at the entrance of the big billionaire casino. This casino was one of the 6 biggest casinos in Hong Kong. It occupied tens of thousands of square meters of land in the central area of Hong Kong, where every inch of land was worth its weight in gold. It had built a huge 5-story casino. Its domineering appearance and fashionable construction style attracted everyone's attention. Team leader Yen, what mission are we doing in Hong Kong? Don't tell me you tricked me to come here to gamble. Until now, Qin Feng still didn't know what to do in Hong Kong. These days, Qin Feng had been helping Yunze stabilize his position. Every day, he stayed at the Yun family's house and met Yun Shao on the swing in the back garden. In just 3 days, the swing's iron chains and seat board had been changed 8 times, which shocked the maintenance staff. Today, Qin Feng was playing the swing with Yun Shao as usual. He was having a good time when Yan Wushuang called Qin Feng and asked him to leave. Then, they took a plane for a few hours and stood on the land of Hong Kong. The Heaven, Earth, Mystic, and Yellow groups have sent people here, but we lost contact with all the members who came for this mission, Yan Wushuang said honestly. Holy shit! I heard that the completion rate of the Heaven team and Earth team is very high. Even the people sent by their teams can't complete this mission. Why did the Dragon sect send the 2 of us? Was he really treating Grandpa as a rubbish bin? Why are you throwing all the difficult missions at me? Qin Feng was instantly enraged and complained. Yan Wushuang also had a helpless look on her face. She also felt that this task was very difficult. Otherwise, the people who had come before would have solved the case. Moreover, Yan Wushuang did not tell Qin Feng a very important piece of information. Among the 13 missing members of the Dragon sect, the last one sent was Blue Dragon Ji, one of the 9 dragons of Huaxia. They lost contact with Ji Yi after a week, and there was still no news about him. Yan Wushuang did not dare to tell Qin Feng this piece of information because Qin Feng had been complaining about the missing members of the Heaven Team and Earth Team. Yan Wushuang was afraid that if she told Qin Feng that even Blue Dragon Ji Yi was missing, Qin Feng would turn back to his country and quit. Qin Feng would really do something like that. I didn't complain, and you still have the nerve to complain. Yan Wushuang rolled her eyes at Qin Feng and continued, this mission wasn't originally assigned to us, but Song Chongqing strongly recommended us to form a team. He said that we had completed the William family's mission perfectly last time, so we would definitely be able to complete this mission. Qin Feng immediately stopped complaining. He knew that Song Chongqing was taking revenge on him, and he had implicated Yan Wushuang. Lu Yunduan and Lei Ming were there, right? Didn't they say anything? Yan Wushuang shook her head and said, they were there, but they didn't say anything. Qin Feng was furious. These old bastards were all cunning and sinister. Song Chongqing was clearly taking revenge on Qin Feng, but Lu Yunduan and Lei Ming pretended that they didn't know anything. They didn't want to offend anyone, and they were just waiting to reap the benefits. These old bastards. When I finish this mission, I'll slap their faces until they're swollen. Qin Feng began to complain again. Yan Wushuang was amused. Among the members of the dragon sect, only Qin Feng dared to call Song Chongqing and the others old bastards. Team leader Yan, please continue with the mission. Qin Feng quickly calmed down. This mission was obviously very difficult, and Qin Feng began to pay attention to it. There aren't many clues for this mission. We only know that there's a secret organization that launders money in Hong Kong, and this organization has been in existence for a few years. Our mission is to find out the organization behind this money laundering, and then find the evidence to convict them. We also need to find the money and hand it over to the Chinese government. Yan Wushuang explained the details of the mission, and Qin Feng was immediately troubled. It was as if she didn't say anything. Hong Kong was so big, where could he find an organization that launders money? That's right, we still have an important clue. According to the information sent back by the missing members of the Dragon Sect, we can conclude that the Wei family is part of this money laundering organization, Yan Wushuang suddenly added. Wei family. Could it be the Wei family in the provincial capital? Yes, the Wei family where you killed Wei Xiaolei. Yan Wushuang looked at Qin Feng with a smile. Qin Feng suddenly felt uneasy. This woman had gotten hold of many of his secrets. Qin Feng wondered what he would do if Yan Wushuang used these secrets to threaten him to sacrifice himself. Should he rather die than submit? Or should he compromise? Ahem. Team leader Yan, let's not talk about the past. I even killed Prince William that time. You should thank me. Otherwise, you might have been taken by that bastard Prince William. Yan Wushuang was quite grateful to Qin Feng. Back then, in order to investigate the secrets of the William family, she was asked by the Dragon Sect to marry into the William family. In the end, Prince William was killed by Qin Feng before they could marry. That's all the information for the mission. Let's discuss and see where we can start. Yan Wushuang didn't mention Prince William and Wei Xiaolei again. The corner of Qin Feng's mouth curved into a cold smile. He already had a plan, and he would start with the Wei family. Back then, Wei Xiaolei pestered Yun Xiao and invited Qin Feng to race at Coiled Snake Mountain in order to frame Qin Feng. After Qin Feng killed Wei Xiaolei, the Wei family secretly took revenge on Qin Feng. Later, because Qin Feng changed his identity, the Wei family stopped. Qin Feng was just about to find time to wipe out the Wei family, and now the opportunity presented itself to him. Qin Feng and Yan Wushuang discussed for a while, and the two of them hit it off. They both suggested to start with the Wei family, then slowly gather information and try to catch the larger organization behind the Wei family in one fell swoop. According to Qin Feng and Yan Wushuang's deductions, the Wei family's power in the capital wasn't too great. The organization that laundered the money was clearly much more powerful than the Wei family. It seemed that the Wei family wasn't the real mastermind. There must be an even more powerful organization standing behind them. Team Leader Yan, do you want to go down and take a look? After talking about the mission, Qin Feng planned to go downstairs and take a look at Dafu Casino. This was because Qin Feng heard from Yan Wushuang that Dafu Casino and this Dafu Hotel were both Wei family properties in Hong Kong. This was also why Yan Wushuang directly took a taxi to check in after she got off the plane. Yan Wushuang was wearing a dark blue one-piece dress. At this time, she was lying lazily on the big bed. She had been on a plane for a few hours, so she was a bit tired. Her casual and lazy look was mesmerizing. Qin Feng's gaze fell on Yan Wushuang's thighs, and he couldn't take his eyes off her. Yan Wushuang was stretching, and the bottom of her dress slid up, revealing a pair of long, white legs. She was about to slide to the most important part. "Ah. What are you looking at? Aren't you broken? Why are you still thinking about this? You're not lying, are you?" Yan Wushuang suddenly noticed Qin Feng's malicious gaze. She was so scared that she jumped up from the bed and hurriedly pulled down her dress. That. Team Leader Yan, please don't misunderstand. I wasn't peeking just now. I was thinking of a plan, and I was lost in thought. Qin Feng hurriedly began to quibble. If it's broken, then it's broken. How can you joke about this kind of thing? Have you ever seen a man make fun of himself and say that he's broken? Yan Wushuang blushed when she heard Qin Feng's words. A man and a woman alone in a room, and Qin Feng couldn't stop his broken. It was too ambiguous. However, Yan Wushuang thought that Qin Feng's words made sense. All men cared about that part of their body. They were eager to be praised by others, so why would they say that they were broken? Then you can go shopping by yourself. I'm a bit tired, so I'm going to rest for a while. Yan Wushuang pouted and rolled her eyes at Qin Feng. Then, she pulled the quilt over her stomach and went to sleep. Yan Wushuang's dress was pushed up again. Qin Feng glanced at her long legs, and suddenly, he didn't want to go downstairs anymore. He wanted to hug Yan Wushuang from behind and sleep with her. But when he thought of the serious consequences, he put on his shoes and went out. Chapter 708. Qin Feng had already walked out of the Great Tycoon Hotel, turned right and entered the Great Tycoon Casino City. The Great Tycoon Casino City was one of the 6 biggest casinos in Hong Kong. It was built in the center of the city where every inch of land was worth its weight in gold. Not only was the casino grand and domineering on the outside, the interior decoration was even more high-end and grand. Qin Feng walked in the lobby of the casino. The surroundings were decorated with gold and jade, and the space inside was very spacious. There were all kinds of game consoles and card tables. Qin Feng only took a simple stroll around and found many Chinese celebrities in the crowd. These celebrities were all pure and innocent on the screen, but now, they were all dressed more and more exposed than the other. If they weren't hugging a fat tycoon with big ears, then they were acting coquettishly in the arms of a white-haired old man. Qin Feng was not surprised by this kind of thing. When he was still a hedonistic young master in Acropolis City, he had played with these celebrities and young models a lot. Qin Feng stood in the lobby of the casino, as if he had found the feeling of the past. However, this time, he was not here to pick up girls, he was here to see if he could get any information. Xiaoya. Don't walk so fast, I can't keep up with your footsteps. Not far away, a tall and sexy woman wearing a red qipao was walking quickly towards Qin Feng with furrowed eyebrows. Behind the qipao beauty was a man in a suit and leather shoes. The man had a fat head and big ears, and the fat on his stomach trembled as he walked. Qin Feng immediately recognized this person as the Brother Hai he met on the plane. Brother Hai had already changed his clothes, and it was obvious that he had taken a bath. His hair was even blown into a poop style. "Don't call me Xiaoya, I'm not familiar with you." Leah suddenly stopped wearing white stockings and glared at the man angrily. Then, she quickened her pace and walked forward. "Xiaoya, let's get to know each other a few more times. Won't we be familiar with each other after eating a few more meals?" Brother Hai acted as if he did not see Leah's disgusted expression and shamelessly followed her again. Xiaoya pouted, her beautiful face turning cold. Coincidentally, she walked to Qin Feng's side, and when she saw that Qin Feng was tall and sturdy, with a tall and sturdy body, Xiaoya's eyes lit up, and took the initiative to hold Qin Feng's arm, and even gave him a flirtatious look. "Ah! Darling, why are you here? What a coincidence, you want to bring me along to play." Leah was a native Hong Kong girl, and when she acted coquettishly, her voice was so soft that it could seep into a person's bones. She was born beautiful and knew how to dress up. No matter who she called darling, that man would definitely be enchanted to death. He looked at Leah, who had a strange expression, and finally laughed. "Hee, I'm sorry, I recognized the wrong person. I don't even know you. What do you want?" Brother Hai still wanted to beat Qin Feng up, but Leah was here. Brother Hai didn't want Leah to know about his scandal, so he could only let Qin Feng off this time. If he had the chance again, he would definitely kill Qin Feng. Now that you mention it, I think I mistook you for someone else. You're not that idiot who poured iced orange juice on his head on the plane. That idiot is much uglier than you, and I couldn't even look at him. I thought someone brought a Pekingese onto the plane, Qin Feng said with a serious expression. The fat on Brother Hai's face was trembling, and his fists were clenched so tightly that cracking sounds could be heard. "Hee, there's someone who looks like a Pekingese. Interesting, I've never seen it before." Brother Hai endured it. He decided to follow Qin Feng in a while and find a place where there was no one around to kill him. Seeing that Brother Hai was so angry that smoke was about to come out of his head, yet he still had to pretend that nothing had happened, Qin Feng was about to die from laughter in his heart. "Since I've recognized the wrong person, I'll take my leave first." Qin Feng was too lazy to bother with Brother Hai. He was mainly here to complete the mission, and the difficulty of the mission this time was very high. Qin Feng left just like that, causing Leah to be stunned. Could this man really be gay? Otherwise, how could he not have any feelings for her? Leah had always been a school beauty since she was young, and after she matured, she even obtained the title of Hong Kong's most beautiful young miss. She had never been ignored by any man before, and today was the first time she was ignored. Leah's arrogant temper had already been ignited by Qin Feng. "Darling, let's go eat a big meal." Leah immediately followed, and took the initiative to hold Qin Feng's arm, unwilling to let go no matter what. "Beauty. Your acting is too fake. Even an idiot would be able to tell. You should let go of me," Qin Feng said in a neutral tone. Leah was so angry that she rolled her eyes. She couldn't understand, did she suddenly become ugly? Otherwise, how could this extremely ordinary-looking man in front of her not have any feelings for her? Leah purposely puffed out her chest, revealing her cleavage, and said coquettishly, "Darling, what did you say? I don't understand. Why don't we go watch a movie? Recently, there have been a few new Hollywood blockbusters." Brother Hai stood not far away, watching Leah take the initiative to play with Xiao Feng. He was so angry that his face turned green. Brother Hai had long since taken a fancy to Leah, the most beautiful young miss of Hong Kong, and had always been pursuing Leah. However, he was rejected every time, and this time, Brother Hai was not willing to give up so easily. Furthermore, he still had to take care of that brat Xiao Feng, so he followed along. It's fine if you want me to let you go, but you have to help me get rid of that annoying guy. Otherwise, I'll rely on you tonight. Leah winked at Qin Feng, her eyes filled with a complacent smile. You want to rely on me? That's great, let's go back to my hotel now. It just so happens that I'm lacking a bed partner tonight. Qin Feng suddenly reached out and hugged Leah's small waist. Since this woman was unwilling to leave, Qin Feng might as well scare her a little. He believed that once he scared her, she would run away. Leah's delicate body trembled. This was the first time she had been hugged so intimately by a man, but when she saw Qin Feng's smug smile, Leah gritted her teeth and endured it. She did not want to admit defeat to this tasteless man in front of her. All right, my dear. Then let's go get a room now. I'll accompany you however you want to play. Leah suddenly hugged Qin Feng's rough waist, and half of her body stuck to Qin Feng's body. Her voice had clearly risen by a few decibels. When Brother Hai heard it, he immediately ran over in fright. Hey, you stinking brat, don't touch Xiaoya. This is a woman that I've taken a fancy to. If you know what's good for you, scram immediately. We can write off everything from the past, or else I'll teach you a lesson. Brother Hai originally wanted to let Qin Feng stay for a while and break his dog legs later, but the development of the situation made Brother Hai unable to endure it. If he continued to endure, the woman he had taken a fancy to would have been carried to bed by Xiao Feng. Qin Feng really admired this woman, Leah. This girl was quite smart, and she was quite strange. Qin Feng would not really bring her back to the hotel. If that was the case, Yan Wushuang would kill Qin Feng first. Poop head bro, don't keep yelling at me. My temper isn't good either. If you make me angry, do you believe that I won't slap you right now? Qin Feng glared at Brother Hai and even raised his hand as if he was going to slap someone. Brother Hai was so scared that he immediately shut his mouth. On the plane, Qin Feng had clenched Brother Hai's fist until it was deformed. Brother Hai was still very afraid of Qin Feng. Seeing that Qin Feng's words had scared Brother Hai to the point that he didn't dare to speak, Leah was extremely happy. She was often harassed by Brother Hai, and Leah had long been unhappy with Brother Hai. Today, someone had finally taught Brother Hai a lesson for her. Brother Hai gritted his teeth in anger, but there was nothing he could do to Qin Feng. He regretted not bringing a bodyguard this time, or else he would definitely kill Qin Feng right now. Humph, you brat, I can tell that you're not from Hong Kong. Are you a mainlander from the mainland? Heh, you mainlanders are all poor. You can't even afford a tea egg. What are you capable of? Very quickly, Brother Hai found a new way to attack Qin Feng. He could not beat Qin Feng, but he could compete with Qin Feng in money. Chapter 709. Brother Hai's original name was Lu Hai. He was one of the 4 young masters of Hong Kong. Lu Hai's family had a dark background. The port of Sha Jinsui in Hong Kong had been occupied by his family a few years ago, and now, his family's business had grown very strong. Lu Hai could not beat Qin Feng right now, and it would be too troublesome to call for people in a short period of time, so he planned to use money to smash Qin Feng to death. From Lu Hai's point of view, Qin Feng was a pauper from the mainland. This kind of person was either here to buy special offers, or here to find a job to earn money. It was also possible that he was here to rely on gambling to get rich overnight. No matter which one it was, Lu Hai did not place a small fry like Qin Feng in his eyes. Lu Hai, do you think you're that great with a little money in your family? Even if my man doesn't have money, I can still support him. You don't need to worry about these things. Without waiting for Qin Feng to speak, Li Yi shouted at Lu Hai. This woman seemed to be speaking up for Qin Feng, but Qin Feng knew very well in his heart that this bad woman was trying to incite conflict between him and Lu Hai. She wanted to sit and watch the show. Humph. As a man, do you only know how to hide behind a woman's back? And you want to be supported by a woman? You are simply throwing the face of us men. Do you still have any fucking guts? Lu Hai was angered to death by Li Yi's words. He could only vent his anger on Qin Feng. What do you mean by guts? As long as my man has guts in bed, it's fine. Other times, I don't need you to care. What a busybody. Qin Feng did not even need to retaliate against Lu Hai. Li Yi directly helped Qin Feng shout out. Qin Feng knew what this woman was thinking, but he did not stop Li Yi. Coincidentally, Qin Feng also did not like Lu Hai. Now that there was a beauty helping him scold, Qin Feng only needed to hug Li Yi, breathe in her fragrance, and feel the softness of her body. This could be considered as some of the benefits that Qin Feng had obtained after being used. Lu Hai could not scold Li Yi at all, and was so angry that smoke was coming out of his head. But Lu Hai could not offend Li Yi. That way, he would really not be able to get her. Stinking brat, if you're still a man, do you have the guts to bet with me? Lu Hai had nothing to refute, so he braced himself and challenged Qin Feng. Why should my darling bet with you? Go play by yourself. Li Yi glared at Lu Hai angrily, but she was laughing to death in her heart. Li Yi knew Lu Hai's background. She had purposely angered Lu Hai, since the person Lu Hai would take revenge on would definitely not be him. He would definitely vent his anger on Qiao Feng. Li Yi held a grudge in her heart, who told Qiao Feng to ignore her. This could be considered as a punishment for Qiao Feng. Lu Hai had long been transferred into Li Yi's trap, but Qin Feng was very clear-headed. Seeing Li Yi's secretly pleased look, Qin Feng shouted at Lu Hai, "Are you sure you want to bet with me?" "What, you don't dare." Sure enough, the mainlanders are all poor bastards, they don't even have the money to gamble in Hong Kong, ha. Seeing that Qin Feng seemed to be interested, Lu Hai hurriedly used a provocative method to mock Qin Feng. Lu Hai's family was extremely wealthy. As long as Qin Feng dared to agree, Lu Hai could make him lose so much that he didn't even have his underwear left. "Darling, ignore him. We're not going to bet with him." Li Yi advised Qin Feng. She did not wish for the two of them to really start a bet that would waste a lot of time, and she would not be able to dig a hole for the two of them. "Great. Since you want to gamble, then let's just play a few rounds." Li Yi did not want to gamble, but Qin Feng insisted on gambling, causing Li Yi to stomp her feet in anger. Seeing that Qin Feng had agreed, Lu Hai was so excited that his face turned red. As one of the 4 young masters of Hong Kong, he did not know anything else, but he was proficient in eating, drinking, whoring, and gambling. Lu Hai's gambling skills had been specially learned from a gambling master in Hong Kong, and although he had only learned half of it, it was more than enough to deal with ordinary people. Then let's play with the shuttle toad. Lu Hai was afraid that Qin Feng would change his mind midway, so he immediately brought Qin Feng and Li Yi towards the table of the shuttle toad. "You idiot, why did you agree to bet with him? Do you know who he is?" "He is one of the 4 young masters of Hong Kong. He is extremely wealthy and has learned his gambling skills from a master. Just wait to lose all of them." Li Yi and Qin Feng followed behind. Li Yi stuck close to Qin Feng's ear and complained, and even stretched out her jade hands to pinch Qin Feng's waist. Qin Feng did not notice that this damn fatty Lu Hai was one of the 4 young masters of Hong Kong, but Qin Feng did not care. Even if he was one of the 4 heavenly kings, Qin Feng would still make him obedient. When Li Yi spoke, waves of fragrance floated over, blowing into Qin Feng's ears, causing him to feel numb. Qin Feng hugged Liya's waist tightly, causing Liya to jump in fright, almost hanging on to Qin Feng's body. If you want to use me as a shield, then don't talk so much nonsense. In any case, I don't have any money with me. Help me buy the bet later. Qin Feng giggled as he looked at Liya. Didn't this woman want to scam people? Then let's see who can scam people more. You're pissing me off. Don't daydream, I don't have any money. If you want to lose, then use your own money to lose. Liya clenched her teeth in anger, and even hammered Qin Feng's chest a few times. In the end, Xiao Feng was really a poor ghost. Since you don't have any money, you still want to gamble with Lu Hai. That's good. You can leave now. Don't follow me. Or I can tell that guy that I'm your fake boyfriend and ask him to take you away. That way, I won't have to bet with him. Isn't that great? Qin Feng shrugged his shoulders indifferently. As he spoke, he quickened his pace, looking like he was going to find Lu Hai to tell him the truth. Liya was so angry that her high heels were about to break, and in the end, she could only compromise. Then don't play so big later, I'm also very poor, I don't have much money for you to lose. Seeing Liya's little money grubber look, Qin Feng felt it was funny. He pulled Liya into his embrace and whispered into her ear, don't you know one thing? If you lose all of it, you can sleep with that damn fat pig. Nothing else matters. You big bastard, do you still have the slightest bit of pity for the weak? Do you have the heart to watch me be bullied by that damn fat pig? Liya started to fiercely pinch Qin Feng's lower back again. It was just that her hands were sore from pinching, but she realized that Qin Feng's skin was too thick, and did not feel any pain at all. Of course I have compassion for the weak, but you are not that kind of group. You want to scheme against me and that big fatty, you are ruthless. Qin Feng did not mind at all, he laughed and rubbed Liya's jade back. Since this woman wanted to trick him, then he would make her pay the price. Liya was so scared that she almost screamed out. She started to struggle in Qin Feng's embrace. Liya was so old, no one had dared to touch her body, but in the end, she was taken advantage of by Qin Feng today, causing Liya to almost explode. Liya also hated Qin Feng now, she could not wait for Qin Feng to lose to her death. Just as Qin Feng and Liya were fighting, Lu Hai had already found a card table to play with. It seemed like he was indeed quite famous in Hong Kong, and the tourists who were playing cards on this table, when they saw Lu Hai sitting down, all consciously went around to play at other tables. Qin Feng sat down opposite of Lu Hai, pulled a chair over, and hugged Liya as he sat at the side. Liya struggled a few times in Qin Feng's embrace. She hated the feeling of being hugged by Qin Feng, but Qin Feng's hand seemed to have grown on her waist, and she could not shake it off no matter what. After the two of them sat down, a lot of tourists immediately surrounded them. Lu Hai was very famous in Hong Kong, and those who were able to gamble with him were all truly rich people. Everyone liked to see the feeling of rich people throwing money. Seeing that there were more and more people watching, Lu Hai did not stop them, and even had a complacent smile on his face. He was just looking for an opportunity to slap Qin Feng's face, and now that there were so many people watching him act cool, it was exactly what Lu Hai wanted. Brother Hai, how big are you going to play today? The dealer smiled as he looked at Lu Hai. Lu Hai casually threw out a gold card. Today, I'm going to play with a pauper from the continent. If I play too big, I'm afraid of scaring him. Let's play a little smaller, and exchange for 5 million chips first. Lu Hai knew that 5 million was definitely a lot. He rarely played so big even when he came to play, but today, he was going to act cool and slap Xiao Feng in the face, so he naturally had to play a little bigger. The dealer was slightly startled, but quickly regained his senses. He immediately took the gold card that Lu Hai threw over, and with a light swipe on the POS machine, he immediately exchanged it for 5 million chips. Brother Hai is just rich. Every time he comes to play, it's tens of millions. Today, 5 million is indeed a lot more low-key. The dealer had already seen through Lu Hai's thoughts. Lu Hai nodded his head in satisfaction, and directly threw a chip to the dealer. Take it, it's for your consumption. Thank you, Brother Hai. Lu Hai threw a 50,000 chip as a tip, scaring the dealer. It was not that the dealer had never seen money before, he had even received 100,000 as a tip, it was just that Lu Hai was the stingiest among the 4 young masters of Hong Kong. Usually, he would spend a few hundred, but he was suddenly so generous today, causing the dealer to not be used to it. This little bit of money is nothing. Deal the cards properly, and when Brother Hai is happy, I'll give you a bigger tip. Lu Hai waved his hand heroically, looking like a rich young master. Qin Feng could tell with a glance that Lu Hai was acting, and his heart was about to be amused to death by him. When Qin Feng was a hedonistic young master in Acropolis City, his tips were all at least 100,000. Now, in Qin Feng's eyes, Lu Hai's actions were simply like a friend of kindergarten's second class. Chow Feng, hurry up and change your chips. After Lu Hai finished acting cool, he chuckled as he looked at Qin Feng. Lu Hai guessed that Qin Feng had at most a few tens of thousands of yuan in his pocket. How could he take out such a small amount of money? What are you still standing there for? Hurry up and swipe your card to buy chips. I haven't trained you for a few days, are you going to be disobedient again? Qin Feng slapped Li Ya's thigh, causing Li Ya to be dumbfounded. At this time, there were dozens of people surrounding them. Li Ya was an outstanding beauty, and all the tourists were secretly sneaking glances at Li Ya. In the end, Qin Feng ordered her around like a maid, causing Li Ya to be so angry that the buttons on the collar of her qipao were about to burst. I know, my dear. Don't be so mean to me. Chapter 710. If Qin Feng took out a bank card and said that he would only exchange 10,000 chips, he would definitely be looked down upon by everyone present. However, when the great beauty Li Ya took out her bank card and pitifully looked at the dealer and said those words, everyone present felt pity. Many people put their hands into their pockets, wishing that they could swipe their cards to buy chips for Li Ya. How could such a beautiful goddess pay? This kind of goddess was clearly used to use force. Cough cough. This ordinary-looking stinky man was too heartless. What? 10,000 chips. Are you kidding me? Take out all the money in your card and exchange it for chips, or else I'll leave right now. Qin Feng suddenly stood up and glared at Li Ya angrily. Li Ya was so angry that she secretly stomped her feet, she really wanted to shout at Qin Feng, hurry up and scram. But in the end, Li Ya did not say anything, and even squeezed out 2 cute dimples, squinting her big smiling eyes as she held on to Qin Feng's arm and said coquettishly, Darling, don't be angry, it's not easy for me to earn money, how about? I'll give you 50,000 chips, okay? Everyone present was dumbfounded. They felt like they were dreaming. What kind of eyes did beauties have these days? There were a lot of outstanding youths outside, so why did they have to look for these tasteless bastards? This man looked really fucking ordinary, had a bad temper, and was also poor. What did this beauty see in him? Beauty, don't exchange chips for him. It's fine if you don't want this kind of man. That's right, beauty, what do you think of me? My assets are over 10 million. If you like me, I'll take you to a room right now. Pfft, to eat roasted sausages. The onlookers could no longer bear to watch, and a few daring ones jumped out, wanting to poach Li Ya. Li Ya did not even look at those men, she was not Qin Feng's girlfriend in the first place, she was just acting. Li Ya already hated Qin Feng in her heart, Not only was she unwilling to leave, she also wanted to rely on Qin Feng. She wanted to completely incite the conflict between Qin Feng and Lu Hai, and let Lu Hai kill this stinking brat to vent his anger. You heard it, there are a lot of people over there who like you. If you don't want to take out all the money in your card, then hurry up and go with them. I'm annoyed when I see you. Qin Feng impatiently pushed Leah, causing everyone to be stunned once again. Leah immediately grabbed Qin Feng's arm and said pitifully, "Darling, don't be angry, I'll take out all the money, okay? Don't abandon me, I don't want to leave you." Leah's actions immediately caused a wave of sighs. Many people even suspected that there was something wrong with this woman's head. Leah was so angry that her lungs were about to explode, but on the surface, she had dimples on her face as she passed the bank card to the dealer. Leah's card only had 100,000 yuan, which she had saved up through hard work and frugality. She did not expect that she would lose it all in just a day. Thinking about it, Leah felt so sad. Qin Feng's side had exchanged for 100,000 chips. Compared to Lu Hai's 5 million chips that had piled up into a small mountain, Qin Feng's side was simply too shabby. Lousy hates bastards like you who don't know how to show mercy to the fairer sex the most. Stop talking nonsense, let's hurry up and start. Lu Hai glared at Qin Feng angrily. He had already thought about it. After he won all the chips in Qin Feng's hands, he would return them to Leah. This way, Leah would be moved, and maybe she would fall in love with someone else. Brother Hai, can this little one deal the cards now? The dealer asked for Lu Hai's opinion. Before Lu Hai could even open his mouth, Leah suddenly leaped up and sat cross-legged on the table. Leah was wearing a tight red qipao. The two sides of the qipao were split all the way to her thighs. When she sat down, the qipao skirt opened up a little, revealing her slender legs that were covered in white stockings. Especially Qin Feng, who was sitting in front of the table, he could clearly see the scenery under Leah's skirt. Whoosh! A burst of screams came from the crowd. Everyone was dumbstruck. Leah was an outstanding beauty. And now that she was sitting on the table and making such a seductive gesture, everyone was unable to move their eyes away. Even Qin Feng was slightly startled. He did not know what this girl wanted to do. Lu Hai, I'll bet with you. Leah looked at Lu Hai expressionlessly. She knew Lu Hai's gambling skills. If Qin Feng were to gamble, he would lose without a doubt. This money was Leah's own. She felt a little heartache. She could not just watch as her hard-earned money was lost. Ha! Beauty Xiaoya, are you sure you want to personally fight? Lu Hai's eyes were glued to the spot. He was completely unable to move away from Leah's legs. A look of disgust flashed across Leah's face, and she shouted snappily, "Don't talk so much nonsense. If you don't want to bet, I'll take my darling and leave right now." Sure. Just as Leah finished speaking, Lu Hai spoke up impatiently. Leah's current posture was too tempting. Lu Hai could not wait to gamble with her. After he won all of Leah's money, he would return it to Leah. Then hurry up and start. Leah did not waste any time and glared at the dealer. The dealer was sneaking a peek at Leah. He was so scared that he immediately retracted his gaze and looked at Lu Hai. Seeing Lu Hai slightly nod his head, the dealer then started to deal the cards. The dealer was very professional. Dealing cards was a type of art that could be used to admire. Everyone's trump card had already been dealt, followed by a clear card. Leah and Lu Hai were both experts at gambling. Just as the dealer was shuffling the cards, the two of them remembered the order of the cards. This round, Leah was obviously going to win. Leah's card had a red heart Q, which was bigger than Lu Hai's diamond 8, and she began to speak. 1,000. Leah casually threw 1,000 chips onto the table. She looked casual on the surface, but she was extremely nervous in her heart. Beauty Xiaoya, aren't you being a little stingy? It's obvious that you want to win this round. How about this? Big brother will give you money for free, 50,000. Lu Hai stared at Leah with a smile, and with a throw of his hand, 10,000 chips appeared on the table. Leah was so angry that her face turned cold. She knew that her chances of winning this round were very high, but Leah's money was too little. The second, third, and fourth cards were dealt out. Leah's cards had always been very big, and there was even the possibility of a straight. Lu Hai's cards were very small, and his cards were scattered everywhere. Xiaoya, now that all 4 cards have been revealed, why don't we be ruthless and just go straight? Lu Hai smiled as he looked at Leah. Regardless of whether Leah agreed or not, Lu Hai pushed with his hand, and threw all the chips on the table in, a total of 5 million. This scene stunned the onlookers. As expected of one of the 4 young masters of Hong Kong, this was the domineering aura that a rich person should have. What do you mean by this? I don't have that much money to accompany you. Leah stared at Lu Hai angrily. From the looks of it, Leah was going to win this round, but after Lu Hai did this, Leah didn't even have the money to open her cards, so she could only give up. Beauty Xiaoya, don't be anxious, how could I, Lu Hai, do such a thing? I said, I will give you money for free this round, as long as you bring in 100,000, I will let you open your cards. If you win, my 5 million will be yours. Lu Hai smiled as he looked at Leah, as if 5 million was nothing in his eyes. Leah was already excited in her heart, she had a 90% chance of winning, that was 5 million, even Leah, this little miser, was moved. Alright, I'll follow. Leah pushed all the remaining chips on the table in one go. Everyone nodded their heads. Everyone could tell that Brother Hai was deliberately throwing money in order to pick up girls. Only Qin Feng secretly shook his head, the corner of his mouth raised into a meaningful bitter smile. Both sides were stuck, and now they were going to reveal their cards. Leah looked at her own cards, which were K, Q, 10, 9, and Lu Hai's were 9, 5, 3, 2. It was obvious that she had a higher chance of winning this round. Ha! Beauty Xiaoya, your cards are bigger than mine. You can reveal them first. Lu Hai's laughter came over. Leah kept feeling that something was wrong, but she couldn't figure it out for a while. Just as Leah's jade hand touched her trump card, Qin Feng's voice came from beside her ear. Beauty, you've lost. Leah, who was about to flip her card, suddenly trembled. She had always thought that Qin Feng didn't know how to play cards, but when Qin Feng suddenly said such a thing, Leah was confused. She turned her head and glared at Qin Feng, gritting her teeth and shouting, "Can you not curse me? That's all I've got." Qin Feng shrugged his shoulders indifferently. Leah would definitely lose this round. Qin Feng was only speaking the truth. Since Leah did not believe him, Qin Feng did not care about her. Pow! Leah suddenly flipped over her trump card and gracefully threw it on the table. In her memories, her trump card was a J. That way, Leah would be able to win. However, when her trump card was flipped over, it actually turned out to be a mismatched little 3, causing Leah to be dumbfounded. Beauty Xiaoya's luck is a bit bad, otherwise it would be a great shun card. But this way, you still have a chance to win, maybe my trump card is even smaller. Seeing the little 3 that Leah had pulled out, Lu Hai pretended to be surprised. It was full of drama, and had tricked everyone into it. Leah still had not regained her senses. She clearly remembered that her trump card was J. How did it become a little 3? Could it be that Lu Hai had secretly changed his cards? But Leah quickly dispelled that thought. She was afraid that Lu Hai would cheat midway, so she kept an eye on Lu Hai's actions. She did not notice that Lu Hai had changed his cards. Alright, now it's my turn. Beauty Xiaoya, don't worry, my trump card is definitely very small, I sincerely hope that I can lose to Beauty Xiaoya. Lu Hai smiled as he looked at Li Ye. With a flip of his fat hand, his trump card appeared. It was a little 5, which just so happened to form a small pair with the little 5 on the open card, suppressing Li Ye's card. Why did you flip Zhang Wu out? You really can't even lose money if you want to. Beauty Xiaoya, thank you for letting me win. After Lu Hai saw his trump card, he pretended to be extremely regretful. Li Ye did not care about Lu Hai's words at all, she was so angry that she wanted to die. Li Ye clearly remembered that her trump card was J, and Lu Hai's trump card was a 6. Now that both of their trump cards had changed, how could no one change their cards? Even if you beat Li Ye to death, she wouldn't believe it. Li Ye looked at Lu Hai's exaggerated expression and immediately understood that Lu Hai must have done something to it. If Li Ye was really unlucky and lost 100,000, then she would admit it without a second thought. However, Lu Hai had won her money by cheating, so how could Li Ye let it go? Li Ye's face immediately turned cold. She was about to expose the matter of Lu Hai changing the cards in front of everyone, but before she could say anything, Qin Feng suddenly reached out and pulled her from the table into his embrace from behind. You silly girl, don't speak nonsense. Qin Feng's voice sounded beside Li Ye's ears, and the hot air made Li Ye's body itchy. P.S. Recommending an urban novel to a friend. This brother just went to the hospital yesterday because he stayed up all night writing. Both of his arms were on an 4 drip, and he was still writing with his feet. It was really touching. Those who have a shortage of books can go and read his book. The Most Awesome Star, Qin Wu's masterpiece. Chapter 711. Just as Li Ye was about to question Lu Hai, in the end, with Qin Feng's actions, Li Ye's body immediately went limp, lying in Qin Feng's embrace. She did not even have the strength to get up, let alone question Lu Hai. Music percent 1%. Qin Feng did not give Li Ye a chance to speak, and took the opportunity to touch Li Ye's long legs, then fiercely slapped them, and angrily scolded, You prodigal woman, who told you to bet with that shithead? How dare you make your own decisions? Ha! Look at you now, you've squandered all your money. I think you're asking for a beating, bitch. As Qin Feng berated Li Ye, he slapped her thigh a few times. Every slap was loud and clear, and Li Ye's thigh was red from the slap. When the onlookers saw this, they gritted their teeth in anger. Some of the strong men even wanted to rush up and beat Qin Feng up. What was wrong with this man? How could he not cherish such a delicate and beautiful woman? How could he bear to lay his hands on her? What's more, the beautiful lady lost the money from her own card. What right do you have to teach her a lesson? No matter how dissatisfied everyone was, as long as Li Ye was willing to stay, they could only watch helplessly as Qin Feng picked up such a big bargain. Actually, Qin Feng's attack looked ruthless, but Li Ye did not feel any pain. Instead, her body felt itchy, as if she had been electrocuted. Li Ye wanted to struggle free from Qin Feng's embrace. She felt that this action was too ambiguous, she had never been so intimate with a man before. Stop moving around. If you want to win back your $100,000, you'll have to cooperate with me later. Don't act on your own. Qin Feng's face came closer, pretending to be sniffing Li Ye's neck, but in reality, he was whispering to Li Ye. Li Ye's neck was itchy, and her ears were red from embarrassment. She did not dare to move recklessly now, and listened to Qin Feng's arrangements. Qin Feng and Li Ye intimately bit the root of their ears, while Lu Hai sat on the opposite side and was treated as heir. He was so angry that his eyeballs were about to pop out. Mainlander, who did you say is the shithead? Are you fucking looking for trouble? Xiaoya, tell me, is that person a shithead? Qin Feng was too lazy to even look at Lu Hai, and carried Leah down from his embrace. Leah immediately nodded her head, and said seriously, "He's the head of shit, it smells bad just by looking at him." Leah's cute expression carried a trace of charm, causing the hearts of the onlookers to melt. Everyone had long discovered that Lu Hai had come over with a head full of shit, but everyone was worried about Lu Hai's power, so no one dared to say it out loud. Many people were trying their best to hold back their laughter, and the corners of their mouths were about to become crooked. What kind of taste do you have? He simply doesn't understand fashion trends." Lu Hai was so angry that he panted heavily. "If you have the ability, why don't you take out $1 billion to buy a kiss from Leah? You don't even have a single fucking cent, you even let Leah pay for the bet. Where did you get the confidence to say these words? TSK, anyone can brag, a pauper like you can only brag. Since you don't even have the money to gamble with Lousy, then hurry up and scram. Looking at Lousy's eyes is dirty." Lu Hai glared at Qin Feng and shouted. Qin Feng did not mind, he slapped Leah's thigh and shouted, "Why don't you know what's going on? Hurry up and take out another bank card, swipe 100,000 for me to gamble." Qin Feng acted like a gambler, and the onlookers were angered by his actions. Leah had just developed a good impression of Qin Feng, but now, it was gone with a single roar from Qin Feng. Leah glared at Qin Feng angrily and said, "Darling, I've lost all my money. How about, let's go home?" "What do you mean by going home? Don't you have any change in your card? Take out all the change and exchange it for chips." Qin Feng patted Leah again, and Leah did not dare to talk back anymore. She only had a little more than 1,000 left in her card, so she could only exchange for 1,000 chips. In the Dafu gambling city, the lowest chip was at least 1,000, and the 1,000 chips were the same size as a 50-cent silver coin. Even Leah felt ashamed to exchange them. Are you really asking for a beating? I told you to change the chips, why are you dawdling? Do you still want to go to bed tonight?" Seeing that Leah was dawdling, Qin Feng shouted at her again. Leah gritted her teeth in anger, she could only hand the bank card over to the dealer, and said with a voice as weak as a mosquito, exchange for $1,000 worth of chips." A wave of sighs came from the surrounding crowd. These people could not understand, a great beauty like Leah, what kind of rich second generation would not be able to get her hands on, why would she fall for a bastard like Chao Feng? The dealer shook his head, but he still quickly swiped his card and threw a small chip to Qin Feng. Qin Feng received the chip, laughed and looked at Lu Hai, then shouted, "Come, I will play with you for a while, do you want to buy more chips? Don't run out of chips later." Qin Feng boasted shamelessly, the surrounding people all looked at him with disdain, and even spoke ill of Qin Feng behind his back. Even Leah, who was in his embrace, had no face, and buried her head in Qin Feng's embrace, too embarrassed to reveal it. Qin Feng acted as if he did not hear the discussions of the crowd, and glanced at the dealer. "What are you still standing there for? Hurry up and deal the cards." "Humph. What are you shouting for, stinking country bumpkin?" The dealer looked down on Qin Feng and complained before starting to deal the cards. This time, Qin Feng personally went up, but in Lu Hai's eyes, Qin Feng was just a country bumpkin, he was not as strong as Leah. Just now, when Lu Hai was gambling with Leah, he realized that Leah had even learned some gambling techniques, but Qin Feng did not remember his cards at the start, nor did he observe the situation. He had a lazy and leisurely expression on his face, as if he was on a vacation. A cold smile flashed across Lu Hai's eyes, this kind of trash still wanted to gamble with him. He was simply looking for a beating. The first card had already been dealt. From the start, Qin Feng had been absent-minded. Leah sat in Qin Feng's embrace and had been paying attention to the game. According to the results of Leah's cards, Qin Feng would definitely lose this round. "Chao Feng, you're going to lose this round, don't follow. After the first card was dealt, Qin Feng began to speak. Qin Feng acted as if he did not hear Li Ya's words, and was using his mind to communicate with the little pig. Little pig, what level of gambling skill do you need to defeat that shithead? Master, you only need to buy the elementary gambling skill, 500 hedonist points. The little pig said. Qin Feng thought for a bit. This gambling skill was very practical in real life. With an unparalleled gambling skill, he wouldn't have to worry about getting all the beauties in the world. I'll directly buy the advanced gambling skill. Qin Feng thought for a bit and spent 5,000 hedonist points to buy the advanced gambling skill. Immediately, a powerful wave of memories surged in Qin Feng's mind, and quickly fused with Qin Feng's original memories. At this moment, Qin Feng suddenly felt as if he was possessed by the gambling king. He directly threw the 1,000 chips on the table and shouted, "Shuttle clam! Shuttle clam!" Qin Feng's actions stunned everyone. These people had seen many gambles, but this was the first time they'd seen someone play shuttle toad with only one open card. Also, Qin Feng's wager was a bit too fucking small. It was only 1,000 chips, which was the size of a coin, thrown onto the table. It was comical to watch. Lu Hai stared blankly for a moment, then quickly came back to his senses and couldn't help but laugh out loud. Ha! Shuttle clam. You poor brat, using 1,000 chips to play shuttle clam with Laozi. Why are you so funny? You're really going to make Laozi die of laughter. Lu Hai was truly amused, and he laughed so hard that tears flowed out. Li Ya had already started to struggle in Qin Feng's embrace, wanting to get out. Li Ya felt that she had completely lost face today, and she wanted to escape. Recently, the number of subscriptions has been dropping rapidly. I hope everyone will continue to subscribe and support. Otherwise, if the results are too bad, the website will request for the book to be completed as soon as possible. Young Master Du does not want it to end now. How far the book can go depends on everyone's official subscription. If you want to see pirated copies, please come to ZhongHingNet's official subscription support. $5 a month is really not much. Hedonist Sovereign official website. Chapter 712. Did you eat a fart? Or was there something wrong with your nerves? What are you laughing at? Do you dare to play with me? Qin Feng stared at Lu Hai with a serious expression and complained to him. Lu Hai finally had enough of laughing. He held back his laughter, and arrogantly shouted, "You're asking me if I dare to play with you? Ha, you're going to make me laugh again. You're so poor that you only have 1,000 chips left, right? Come, I'll directly throw 100,000 chips to play with you. This is the money that Beauty Xiaoya lost before. If you have the guts, then win it back." Lu Hai had recorded the cards. He was definitely going to win this round. Even if he had to throw 5 million chips in, Lu Hai was not afraid. Alright, then let's continue dealing the cards. Qin Feng calmly swept his gaze over the 100,000 chips, as if he was looking at $10. Li Ya angrily pinched Qin Feng's lower back to vent her anger. She had already told Qin Feng not to play this round. He would definitely lose this round, but Qin Feng did not listen to her advice. This time, she had thrown in the last 1,000 yuan. Li Ya felt sad just thinking about it. That was the family fortune she had saved for 3 years. Since the two of them were already playing, the dealer directly gave out the 3 cards at the back. Lu Hai's 4 cards were 456 Xiao Shun, plus a big K. Qin Feng's 4 cards were a pair of small 3s, plus a small 7s and a J's. Just from the looks of it, Qin Feng had obviously lost, and both Li Ya and Lu Hai had recorded the cards, so Qin Feng's trump card was not 3 at all, so Qin Feng would definitely lose this round. I told you not to follow a long time ago. Now that you've lost the last $1,000, I won't even be able to eat instant noodles this month. Seeing that the last $1,000 had also been lost, Leah glared at Qin Feng angrily. Qin Feng smiled as he hugged Leah, his big hands unrestrainedly touching her white stockings. Xiaoya. You're my woman, why are you always speaking up for others? And you keep cursing me to lose, are you trying to rebel? Pa. Just as Qin Feng finished speaking, a slap sounded out. Leah immediately felt a numbness coming from her thigh. She was so angry that she almost exploded. Leah wanted to shout at Qin Feng, but when the words reached her mouth, she did not say anything. Of course, she did not wish for Qin Feng to lose, but Qin Feng did not listen to her advice. Seeing Qin Feng touching Leah's beautiful legs in all sorts of ways, Lu Hai was so angry that he was about to die. He did not even have the mood to win, and shouted at Qin Feng, "You poor bastard of the continent, hurry up and scram. If you don't have money, then don't learn from others to pick up girls and gamble. A man like you, whoever follows you will have 8 lifetimes of bad luck. Beauty Xiaoya, do you want to change men? Why are you following this bastard?" Lu Hai shouted as he began to flip the cards. As soon as the card fell, Lu Hai prepared to get up and grab Qin Feng's chips without even looking. Suddenly, a big hand grabbed him. "Brat, what are you trying to do? Don't tell me you want to go back on your word after losing 1,000 yuan. Hurry up and let go, or I'll call someone over to kill you." Qin Feng's big hand was like a vice. Lu Hai could not pull it out at all. "Brother shithead, I haven't even shown my trump card yet. Why are you already grabbing my chips? This is not good." Qin Feng acted as if he did not hear Lu Hai's threat, and looked at Lu Hai with a smile. Lu Hai glared at Qin Feng, and shouted, "I have 456 little shun, you don't need to turn that broken card over, you will definitely lose. Also, Laozi is warning you one last time, Laozi is not your little brother shithead. Alright, since you don't want me to call you little brother shithead, then I won't call you that. Brother Ice Orange Juice, don't be in such a hurry, let's wait for me to show my trump card first." Qin Feng had a bright smile on his face as he flipped over his trump card. Just as his trump card landed on the table, cries of surprise came from all around. How is this possible? This brat is so lucky. Damn, 3-3. It's just enough to suppress Brother Hai's little shun. Such a bastard can win. Does the heavens have eyes, or not? Everyone was stunned, Lu Hai was dumbfounded, even Leah was shocked, and jumped up excitedly. On the surface, Qin Feng's cards were a pair of 3, and if this card met Lu Hai's Xiaoshunzi, he would definitely lose. However, he never would have thought that Qin Feng's trump card was another 3, making it 3, and directly counterattacking and winning. Fuck, how is this possible? This is absolutely impossible. After Lu Hai regained his senses, he immediately started cursing. Leah felt that this result was somewhat inconceivable, because Qin Feng's trump card was clearly not 3. Brother Ice Orange Juice, why is it impossible? You make it sound like you know my trump card, you can't be cheating, right? Qin Feng smiled as he looked at Lu Hai. Lu Hai was so scared that his face turned white, and he immediately stopped shouting. He glared at Qin Feng angrily, as if he wanted to skin Qin Feng alive, and after a long while, he finally said, "Cough cough. You should just call me little brother shithead." No one else knew what the meaning of the ice orange juice was. Even Leah could not understand why Lu Hai would voluntarily let Qin Feng call him shithead. Everyone looked at Lu Hai in astonishment. Lu Hai took the initiative to admit defeat, and Qin Feng had already taken the 100,000 chips to his table. Leah still had not regained her senses. Qiao Feng actually won this round. His 100,000 savings came back. Aw. Darling, you're so great. You helped me win back the money, I'm so happy. I'll let you do whatever you want tonight. Leah excitedly hugged Qin Feng's neck. She had worked hard and saved up this $100,000, and now that Qin Feng had won the money back, Leah was so excited that she forgot herself. Qin Feng smelled the fragrance on Leah's body, and allowed her to jump along with her as she jumped softly against his chest. That feeling was indescribably refreshing. After jumping for a while, Leah suddenly regained her senses, and immediately let go of Qin Feng's neck, and shyly retreated to the side. The two of them were so sweet that Lu Hai wanted to vomit blood. Until now, Lu Hai still did not understand, how could he lose? Country bumpkin, didn't you just win 100,000 chips? Look at how excited you are, have you really never seen money before? It's simply a disgrace. Lu Hai angrily mocked Qin Feng. Right now, he could only say some words to anger Qin Feng, but in the end, he found out that Qin Feng did not care at all. $100,000 is not a lot, the main thing is that I used $1,000 to win $100,000 from you. This is worth me being happy about, this is the first time I've seen an idiot like you. Qin Feng also did not know what Lu Hai was thinking, he clearly could not beat him in a quarrel, but he still wanted to scold him for no reason, so of course Qin Feng would be happy to fulfill other people's requests. You, don't fucking say useless things. Come, let's continue. Lu Hai was so angry that he did not even dare to scold Qin Feng, he could only continue to gamble. He did not believe that with his gambling skills, he could not even deal with a country bumpkin from a continent. Darling, I'm so tired. Let's go home, okay? I'll go back and serve you. Leah immediately pulled Qin Feng and started to act coquettishly. This Hong Kong beauty was truly invincible when she acted coquettishly, her voice was soft and coquettish, causing the surrounding tourists to feel their bodies go soft. What are you going home for? I was just having fun. Let's continue playing. I'll go home and take care of you, you little demoness. Qin Feng was ignited by Leah's coquettish look, and could not help but pinch Leah's thigh. Leah did not want Qin Feng to continue gambling. In her opinion, Qin Feng was able to win the last round because he was lucky. It was not easy to earn back this $100,000, so Leah did not want to lose it anymore. Woo-woo, darling, don't gamble anymore. I want it now. Leah had no other choice but to continue acting coquettishly towards Qin Feng. A ball of fire rose in Qin Feng's stomach, he wished that he could take care of Leah, this little demoness, on the spot. Do you want it now? Alright then. Shithead, wait a moment, I'll get intimate with the baby first, then we'll bet again. As Qin Feng spoke, he pulled Leah into his embrace and started to take off her clothes. Leah and everyone else were stunned, what was this person trying to do? Could it be settled on the spot? That was great. Aw. Darling, what are you doing? Leah was so scared that she started to resist. Didn't you say you couldn't wait? Then hurry up. Qin Feng had an evil smile on his face. What? Right here. You're sick. No, don't. Leah was so angry that her face turned black, and she almost exploded. Qin Feng was only trying to scare Leah. If he didn't scare this woman, he wouldn't be able to control her. Qin Feng stopped, stared at Leah and shouted, all right, if you want to come and not come, then just obediently sit at the side and watch me play cards. If you dare to spout any more nonsense, be careful that I don't divorce you. From start to finish, Qin Feng had always displayed a kind of male chauvinism towards Leah, causing the surrounding tourists to be extremely jealous of Qin Feng. Why couldn't they find a woman as beautiful and obedient as Leah? Leah angrily sat at the side and did not say anything. Qin Feng returned to his seat, looked at Lu Hai and laughed, brother shithead, continue. Dealer, deal the cards. Lu Hai was too lazy to waste words with Qin Feng right now. He could not wait to win all of Qin Feng's money at the gambling table, to make him lose so much that he did not even have his pants left, and to make him run naked in the great wealth gambling city. Lu Hai roared, causing the dealer's entire body to tremble, and he immediately started to deal the cards. This time, Qin Feng was the same as before, putting on a sloppy look. He did not remember the cards, nor did he observe Lu Hai's situation. He even ordered a bottle of red wine, crossed his legs, and started drinking by himself. Seeing this scene, the corner of Lu Hai's mouth curled into a cold smile. This round, his cards were 3 big KS, he did not believe that he would not be able to kill Qin Feng. The first trump card and the first open card were dealt. The open card was Qin Feng's little 3, Lu Hai's big K. According to the rules, Lu Hai spoke first. Hee, brother Qiao Feng, I feel like you're going to win this round. Lu Hai chuckled as he looked at Qin Feng. Leah had also memorized the cards just now. She knew that Lu Hai would get 3 big KS this round, and Qin Feng was just a bunch of small cards. How could he win? Chapter 7:13. Oh. Really? Brother Poophead, you're not lying to me, are you? Your first card is the Big King, and I'm only a small 3. Do you think I'll win this round? Is that for real? Qin Feng looked at Lu Hai with a doubtful expression. Lu Hai thought to himself that Qin Feng was not really stupid, and continued to laugh. Brother Qiao Feng, who am I? I am one of the 4 young masters of Hong Kong. Would I lie to you? If you don't believe me, then forget it. I'll give you money for free, I'll give you 100,000. Lu Hai casually threw 100,000 chips onto the table, as if he was throwing 10 packs of spicy strips. No, you must be lying to me. I'm not following this round. Qin Feng immediately refused to follow. Sigh. Don't, brother Qiao Feng, believe me, you'll definitely win this round. Seeing that Qin Feng was about to throw away his cards, Lu Hai hurriedly reached out his hand to stop him. What are you doing? Are you forcing me to play cards with you? There's no such rule here, right? Qin Feng stared at Lu Hai in dissatisfaction. As one of the 6 biggest gambling cities in Hong Kong, the rules and order were very strict. Of course, there were no rules that forced customers to follow. Even though Lu Hai had always been shouting that he was one of the 4 young masters of Hong Kong, he did not dare to act recklessly in the great wealth gambling city. Otherwise, he would have made a move on Qin Feng long ago. Of course there are no such unreasonable rules in the great wealth gambling city. I just want to give some money to my brother for free, why don't you want it? Lu Hai continued to trick Qin Feng. Do you think I'm stupid? You have a high chance of winning this round. You want to trick me? Alright, how about this, you go up 100,000, I'll follow 1,000, if you're willing, I'll follow immediately. Qin Feng's words immediately caused a commotion. Everyone looked at Qin Feng as if they were looking at an idiot. 1,000 chips with 100,000 chips. This was 100 times worse. Did you think Brother Hai was an idiot? Alright, then let's do it. Before the discussion could end, Lu Hai suddenly slapped the table and cheered. The onlookers stared at him and immediately shut their mouths. Brother Poophead is really rich, alright. Then I'll follow 1,000. Qin Feng threw 1,000 chips on the table. Lu Hai was extremely happy. He was sure that he would win this round, so what if he used a 100-to-1 ratio to play with Qin Feng? In the end, it was still his own money. The second card had been dealt. Lu Hai was another big K, everything was under his control. Qin Feng received a Lil 4. Lil 3 and Lil 4 looked pitiful together, and many people couldn't help but laugh. Go ahead and play. It's better if you lose. Who are you? I can't even persuade him, what a pig brain. Leah glanced at Qin Feng's cards and angrily started to complain in a low voice. 1 million. This time, Lu Hai raised the stakes and directly threw out 1,000,000 chips. Then should I just follow 10,000? Qin Feng looked at Lu Hai and laughed. Of course, my big brother Hai has a lot of credibility in Hong Kong. Previously, I said that I would bet 100 to 1 with you, so this round will be calculated at this rate. Lu Hai said heroically. Alright, then I'll follow 10,000. Who knows, maybe I'll be lucky enough to win this round. Brother Poophead, don't you think so? Qin Feng threw 10,000 chips on the table. Leah felt as if a piece of flesh on her arm had been cut off by Qin Feng and thrown out. Lu Hai laughed so hard that the fat on his face trembled. He was about to die of laughter from Qin Feng's fluke mentality. Yes, yes. Brother Qiao Feng's way of thinking is really too right. Only with this kind of thinking can you win money. I think this brother will definitely win, you just have to follow. Lu Hai laughed for a while, then gave the dealer a look, and the dealer began to deal the third card. Lu Hai threw out another big K. This time, the 3 big Ks gathered together, causing a wave of exclamations. Qin Feng could not help but exclaim, TSK TSK, brother shithead, this card of yours is amazing. 3 cards are 3 big kings, and if another king comes out, then you'll be invincible. How could that be? My 3 big kings are all dog shit luck, there won't be any more kings. Lu Hai was afraid that Qin Feng would be scared away by his own cards, so he hurriedly comforted Qin Feng. Qin Feng's third card also came out, a small 6. This time, Qin Feng's 3 cards were 346, causing another round of laughter. Damn it, how can I play like this? I'm not playing anymore, I'm definitely going to lose this round. Qin Feng looked at the 3 cards and shook his head, looking like he was about to throw away his cards. Lu Hai immediately started to persuade Qin Feng again, Brother Qiao Feng, don't throw away your cards. You've already followed twice, it's such a pity to throw away your cards now. How about this, I'll throw the remaining 4 million up, and you can follow up with 40,000. Leah's heart was aching. With such an obvious losing card, if Qin Feng continued to follow, then he would just die. No, I'll definitely lose with this card. I can't follow. Qin Feng finally said something that made Leah happy, and Leah's hanging stone relaxed. However, before she could completely fall to the ground, Qin Feng added, how about this, I'll throw in the remaining 90,000 yuan, and you go and buy 5 million yuan worth of chips. After that, we'll reveal our cards, so that I won't lose this round and still have 50,000 yuan worth of chips left. I feel very unhappy. Lu Hai and the surrounding people were all stunned. Leah was biting her lips so hard that she wanted to jump up and give Qin Feng a kick to the head, directly kicking this infuriating fellow's head away. Ahaha. Alright, I think Brother Qiao Feng's suggestion is too good. Dealer, hurry up and give me another 5 million chips. Lu Hai was just worrying about how to scam all of Qin Feng's 100,000 chips in one go. Now that Qin Feng had thought of a way for him, Lu Hai was so happy that he wanted to jump up. Brother Hai, your 5 million chips. Very quickly, the dealer exchanged the chips. The chips added up to 10 million yuan were piled up like a small hill. Shuttle clam. Lu Hai pushed with both hands, and all 10 million chips were placed on the table. An imperceptible sneer flashed across the corner of Qin Feng's mouth. With a light push, 100,000 chips were also placed on the table. I'll follow you. Ha ha ha, good. Open your cards, hurry up and open your cards. When Lu Hai saw that Qin Feng had thrown in 100,000 chips, he excitedly asked the dealer to continue dealing cards. The fourth card quickly fell. Lu Hai was no longer a big K, but a queen. Qin Feng's card was still very small, a small 7. Brat, I'll show my trump card first. Open your dog eyes and look carefully. After Qin Feng's chips were pushed out, Lu Hai's attitude towards Qin Feng immediately changed. Like a chameleon, he was still calling Qin Feng brother before, but now, he was calling Qin Feng a stinking brat. Pow! Lu Hai's trump card was thrown out. Lu Hai's 5 cards were 3 big Ks, plus a J's and a Q's, which looked very imposing. Looking at Qin Feng's side, the 4 cards were 3467, it was so funny that people would die from laughter. TSK TSK. Little brother shithead, you really are lucky. To get such a good card, I'm obviously going to lose this round. Alright, Xiaoya, come and help me flip my trump card. I can't even bear to look at it anymore. Qin Feng called out to Leah, but Leah angrily sat at the side and refused to come over. I told you not to gamble earlier, but you insisted on gambling. Now that you know you're going to lose, you want me to flip the cards. Xiaoya, come quickly. Are you being disobedient again? Qin Feng went up and pulled Leah over. Leah glared at Qin Feng angrily, wishing that she could bite Qin Feng to death. She did not even look at the trump card, and extended her slender jade hand to casually flip it over. After flipping it over, she did not even look at the trump card, and glared at Qin Feng and shouted, "Big bastard, are you satisfied now? 100,000 yuan, that's my old money." As Leah's voice fell, the surrounding people immediately cried out in alarm. When everyone saw Leah's trump card, they were all scared silly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're all spades. This is a straight flush. Damn, isn't this beauty's luck too good? Sure enough, there's a fragrance in her hands. How can the card she flips over be bad? A straight flush against a big 3, I-oh. This time, Brother Hai has suffered a huge loss. The sound of discussion was endless. Lu Hai had not come back to his senses since he saw Qin Feng's trump card. He kept his eyes open and his nostrils turned out as he stared at the 5 of spades in the trump card. He wished he could swallow this card alive. What? Did I flip to black heart 5? Ah! It really is a straight flush. Leah cried out in alarm, her voice could pierce through a person's eardrums. When she found out that she had actually won this round of gambling, she was about to go crazy. Leah suddenly leaped up, and directly jumped onto Qin Feng's waist. A pair of white legs clamped onto Qin Feng's waist, her hands tightly wrapped around Qin Feng's neck, and her entire body hung onto Qin Feng's body. Oh! I won, I really won. Darling, am I very powerful? Leah was so excited that she really treated Qin Feng as her man. Qin Feng was afraid that Leah would fall down, so he dragged her butt and supported her back. Leah's body was extremely soft and fragrant, causing Qin Feng to be a little intoxicated. Everyone was exclaiming in admiration at this bet, especially Leah's last turn. It was simply a huge reversal. Only Qin Feng's expression was calm, because from the beginning of this bet, he had already expected this result. That's not right. Your trump card is clearly not black heart 5, I suspect that you cheated. After Lu Hai came back to his senses, he suddenly shouted. His abrupt shout scared everyone out of their wits. This was one of the 6 biggest gambling cities in Hong Kong, the rich and powerful gambling city. All cheating was strictly prohibited here, and once it was discovered, the consequences would be severe. If Qin Feng really cheated, no one dared to imagine the severe consequences that Qin Feng would face. You don't spout nonsense. My darling doesn't even know how to play cards. He only won because of his dog shit luck. How could he cheat? Leah's heartbeat started to speed up. She had a grudge against Qin Feng before, but Qin Feng had just helped her win 10 million, which made Leah have a good impression of Qin Feng. Leah had also memorized the cards, and Qin Feng's trump card was indeed not Black Heart 5. Leah was a little worried now. If Qin Feng really cheated, then he would probably never be able to leave Hong Kong again. What you said doesn't count. In short, I suspect that this mainland kid cheated. I request to search his body. Lu Hai lost 10 million, and his entire person was in a bad state. Lu Hai didn't even have the mood to pick up girls anymore. He was no longer polite to Leah, and shouted at her with a loud voice. Leah was so angry that she wanted to scold him, but Qin Feng had a calm expression on his face. While tasting the red wine, he hugged Leah with one hand and smiled at Lu Hai. All right, then let's search. Recently, I am preparing to give the protagonist a purple dagger as a weapon. Everyone, think about the name, for example, the Infinity Blade. If there is a good name, I will use it. If you want to see a pirated version, please come to the vertical and horizontal network to leave a message, because I can't see your messages on the pirated website. You can also leave a message if you like the female lead. Young Master Du will add more plots to the female lead according to the support rate of the message.